son of a...
You must be Ford Chick.
Who are you?
Smuggler sent me.
They're doing experiments on people. They don't want anybody finding out.
Hi, my name is... Wait, hold on. Hey, yo, Scoot! What's my name again?
Disco Fever?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My name is Disco Fever, and this is Every Game a Streamer. This is the main menu of a video game released in the year 2000, known as Deus Ex. Gamers commonly believe this to be one of the greatest video games ever made. Alongside Thief and System Shock, this is a game that has defined the immersive simulation. Deus Ex is possibly timeless, and there are immersive sim games today which borrow ideas from it. This is peak video gaming. And there it is. There's that word. Peak. You've probably noticed that peak is used to describe acclaimed, influential pieces of work. It's those forces of linguistic culture which has prompted me to say that Your Movie Sucks represents one of the peaks of video game live streaming. But in order to explain that, we should probably start with a historical example of peak cinema. The Passion of Joan of Arc, directed by Carl Dreyer and released during the year 1928, is an early example of what is titled as peak cinema by film enthusiasts. Now, I don't know why it's peak cinema exactly. I'm not a film critic, but I can tell you that it was a nice film to look at, and the lead actress, Renee Falconetti, was quite expressive. But the actual reason why I'm bringing up this film is to illustrate how an entire chronology of peak cinema is available for us to collect using all sorts of criteria. From the current day all the way back to 1928. There are 90 years of cinematic history living between The Passion of Joan of Arc and a piece of acclaimed work like An Elephant Sitting Still, which was released in 2018. In comparison, video games don't have that exact extended history. Films are a well-defined art form with an immense history behind them. If you're deep in the film, you know of some of the best to do it. Tarkovsky, Kurosawa, Kubrick, Klimov, Kobayashi, Coppola, and much more. Video games are entering a similar state of the art. We know of directors like Shinji Mikami for Resident Evil 4 and God Hand, and there's Josh Sawyer for Fallout New Vegas and Pentiment. Otherwise, we have game development studios like Supergiant Games for Hades and Team Cherry for Hollow Knight. All of these acclaimed films and games have genius methods of charming their viewers and players through their stories and design. These genius methods are inspirationally put forward to other viewers turned directors and players turned developers. So as you can tell by the footage on screen, Persona is an iconic video game series. Aficionados of both film and games may call Persona by Bergman and Atlas a dual case of peak fiction, a fitting case where both film and games cross over in both quality and name. So, with these names and comparisons across media forms established, there's a quote by Warren Spector, the director of Deus Ex, which compares film and video games.
We are a very young medium, even today. I've been saying this for 30-something years, and it's still freaking true. Anybody who believes that we've had our Citizen Kane, or whatever, however you want to think about it, is fooling themselves. We have not done everything games can and should do. And you can always find one thing that hasn't been done before. Even if you're making a My Little Pony game, you can find, actually, okay, we have some bronies in the audience, great.
Citizen Kane, another example of peak cinema, basically established how films would frame their stories from the point of its release and reception onward. A feasible interpretation to make is that Warren Spector is saying that video games may have some discovery to go before their communication of interactivity is truly understood. Nonetheless, the term peak could be applied to video games. Critically acclaimed games, such as Final Fantasy VII, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Celeste, may be considered the gaming equivalent of peak cinema or even Citizen Kane altogether.
It's like a movie.
It is just like a movie.
And movies are just like video games.
True.
And video games are just like art, so...
No.
So it is with Citizen in mind and Kane in hand, I say, streaming is an art. Streaming is not the most mature art, but one nonetheless full of improvisational comedians and nonfiction writers. An art that does not have the history of development that film and video games have constructed, although with roots in talk shows from radio and television, and video game Let's Plays from a pioneer like Slowbeef and the community of the Something Awful forums. And art with its own budding award show, just like film and games. Right now, there exists a streamer whose influence will be found in the DNA of every streamer as the industry develops. Just like Citizen Kane for films, there may be a streamer who has already established a universal standard of streaming, and they're out there waiting to be found right now. And if not, then Warren Spector has provided a real case to consider. Maybe streams, just like video games, aren't anywhere at that point. The medium of streaming hasn't completely discovered its opportunities of definitive interactivity and has not had its Citizen Kane yet. Nonetheless, streamers who inspire the standards of future streamers by sharing their styles will rise. These streamers will transform into landmark directors like their film and video game counterparts and make themselves known as the art form finds new territory to broadcast. Take VTubing for example. That's a very new approach to streaming, a new movement in the art. The reach that a major VTubing team like Hololive has will influence other VTubers who take up the trade. Amelia Watson may influence other VTubers interested in 3D showcases. One of those Hololive VTubers, Sarah's Fauna,
My name? Sarah's Fauna.
is even known for being influenced by legacy streamers like Northern Lion and his super show known as the NLSS, the Northern Lion Super Show.
Do I watch Eggman streams or mostly the VODs? I did catch the Jackbox stream on Friday, and yes, it made me so happy. It was like the return of the NLSS. Sorry, I know this is like everybody except the NL fans are gonna be like, what? But oh my goodness, it's like
Streamers influenced by Fauna are indirectly influenced by Northern Lion, an example which illustrates how Northern Lion may be a major director of streams right now. Films, games, and streams represent three levels of the growth of an art. Films, which are notably more established as an art form with a wide filmography of acclaimed directors with their standards and knowledge for film. Video games are an art which is currently maturing with known directors who are currently discovering the boundaries of design standards, something that film is also going through. But of course film also has its long foundational history to refer to, and streaming is an art in its infancy where its directors are some of the first to ever do it, and the standards aren't quite so well known, even if they are defined. Here, Your Movie Sucks gives a position on whether or not games can reach the peak of its own medium, similar to film, showing the possible differences of providing rich experiences between the medium of video games and film.
So here's my thought process. I can think of a lot of 10 out of 10 movies where I just feel like we haven't perfected video games yet. We've hit the peak of movies. Not saying that no good movies or better movies than other ones. Like, I might have a new favorite movie in 10 years, who knows? But there's nothing about the movie industry as it is right now that prevents anyone from making the greatest movie of all time. I feel like we've still got a ways to go in video games in terms of what we can do for interactivity, in terms of what we can do for immersion or player experience or graphics, or like video games are such a growing industry. Yeah, there is a lot more that can go wrong in games. I just don't feel like we're there yet with video games.
It is with that introduction I say, I believe that Your Movie Sucks could be one of the earliest examples of the live streaming equivalent of peak cinema. Not the only one, just one of them. One of the peaks of live streaming. For those who don't know, Your Movie Sucks, known by all sorts of aliases like YMS and Unkindness and Adam Johnston, is a film reviewer, musician, gay furry, and a video game live streamer.
Like, just because I'm a furry doesn't mean I'm gay. Like, yeah, I'm a gay furry, but they're both separate, completely different disorders.
Yes. I go to two different doctors for each one.
Yep. I just got a checkup earlier today. It was like, yep, still gay. And then I went home.
Still gay. And then you're seeing your furry doctor next week.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that Adum Plays is actually YourMovieSucks.org and also an Unkindness.
Huh. What are you talking about?
They're all the same person.
No, I'll believe 2 of 3, but not 3 of 3. It's physically impossible.
Most people probably know Adum for creating long videos or reviews on subjects like Kimba or The Lion King.
Could you imagine watching nothing but Kimba for like a month? Because that's what I did.
I know.
If Hideo Kojima is the intersection of video games and film, then YMS represents an intersection of film, video games, and live streaming. Adum and pals, the pals being Scoot, Gaël, OW, Shea, and more, have a style that stands out like directors such as David Lynch and Yoko Taro, and the game development teams of Looking Glass, Bay 12, and Ludion Studios. Your Movie Sucks has established one of the standards of streaming that will continue to thrive and influence others upon discovery as it grows as an art. That standard being the art of the collaboration and group stream. A collaboration stream is basically when a streamer cooperates with another guest or co-host. There's a discussion to be had about what constitutes a collaboration or the difference between a co-host and guest, but you get the idea. It's basically a stream with more than one commentator or host. YMS Plays and YMS Streams, where YMS and pals perform video game live streaming, is predominantly a collaboration stream. This review will primarily focus on the single-player content of those two channels from the years 2019 to 2024, but clips from older eras and other types of games will be included. Your Movie Sucks almost always has a co-host. Adum regularly cooperates with a tiger wrestler known as Scott Henson, or Scoot, for the majority of game playthroughs performed live. If Scoot is out of the bag, then he's out of the bag. Now that is a powerful cat.
To answer a couple of chat questions, the people here that are not Adum are Scott, that is me, talking right now.
Scoot, how did you and Adam meet? IDK if I've ever heard me mention it. You have, but I'll tell you again. We met at Rainforest 2012. And we found ourselves on the same side of a glory hole. And it was a hilarious mix-up. And we've been friends ever since. But how did you met? That is how we met. We were introduced by a mutual friend. He was like, you both like movies, you should talk to each other. And we're like, fine, we'll fucking talk to each other. And we're still just talking to each other just to appease that one guy 12 years ago.
What animal does Scott identify as? None of your business.
That's a personal question.
I am a pre-op trans tiger.
Yes, to people asking, I am a professional wrestler. Oh yeah, someone said something nice about a match of mine that showed up online, and I retweeted it because, of course I did.
Scoot is my fave. Love that Scoot.
Love him.
Well, actually, wait. If we're gonna misspell names, then that would be your misspelled name. If it's,
actually, it would. Yeah.
If it's Adum, Merc,
and Scoot. Yeah. No, 100%. That's what it is.
Oh my god.
I'm Scoot now. I'm a Scoot boy.
If you click on any playthrough series randomly, Scoot is probably there, delivering his iconic sense of dark comedy, especially with his fellows in the chat room.
Sonic says, this is Portal, but slow. Oh, sort of like you're Brazilian, but slow?
This is Portal, but there's not, like, comedy every 5 seconds from... There's not quippy dialogue or...
That's what Daddy's here for. Too far, Scoot. Yeah, I know you're not Brazilian, Sonics. You're Argentinian. So, like, Brazilian, but slow? That was the joke? Keep up?
Sometimes you'll find other regular co-hosts. There's Vexel, also known as Gaël, the chess savant turned restaurant critic turned Valorant coach, a scientist of sorcery on the verge of a breakthrough.
See, I'm catching on.
Thank you.
I pay attention to games.
That's why you're here.
And for that, and to quote Lord of the Rings, only reasons I'm here. Also, your tie, again, what is that design?
No, your tie.
I'm actually Lebanese.
Get out.
Yeah, I have chemistry. I have a real job as a as an esports gaming
coach. A real thing that someone gives them money for.
Yeah, Canada turned me gay, confirmed.
I guess so, because you weren't gay in Lebanon.
No comment. My autobiography title, Playing Chess and Sucking Dicks. Well, doing both at the same time. I'll checkmate you while sucking your dick. We'll play a bullet chess game, and if I can checkmate you before you come, I win.
Question from earlier was, what was Gaël's persona? Dalmatian, one of the most annoying dog breeds.
I mean, true, but also one of the most expensive.
You know what? That makes up for it. I accept. One of the most expensive.
Okay.
Scoot, say something nice about Gaël to the chat. Gaël's a sweet young boy, and he is the least I've ever hated a dog.
I thought that the noun at the end of that sentence was going to be Arab.
Was not going to be dog?
I thought it was going to be Arab. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
When Gaël is busy covering Sufjan Stevens, another co-host, LW, takes the open slot. LW is a lizard wizard, a live litigator with an unmistakable hyena laugh.
Jared, you're not white.
Thank you, Adam.
Well, no.
I didn't want to say
one of my many cards that I have is Caucasian, but it's only in the States I use. Up here, it's native, gay, and Italian.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The big
Italian's
three.
the last one, but yeah.
Lil Weinstein, Lonely Wolf, Limbless Waifu. The three faces of LW.
Yeah, those are my three main faces.
LW's not here, Voris. The sexy voice you hear is Gaël. Or Vexel.
Yeah, you notice how it's in a different register and not constantly cackling? That's how you know it's not LW. And he's not some monstrous dog-alligator hybrid.
I didn't watch that far.
Oh, my fucking Christ.
Adam, you're killing LW.
You're killing me. You're fucking killing me.
You're killing... Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
No,
hold on,
the best part is that you have to understand now, I've been training as I am now a sous chef. Like, I've been training the chef life for like the last 2 years in a fucking crazy kitchen. I don't get hangovers anymore. When I do, they're ignored just like any heart problem that I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be right back.
All right.
Hey, guys, LW's gone. Let's talk about him. Let's say catty things behind his back.
He's the best.
I love him.
He'll never hear that from us, though.
Never tell him. Keep your fucking mouth shut.
And then you have Shea, a rare, mysterious, and inquisitive member of the modern YMS group, a cosmic entity who secretly plots acts of subterfuge. Shea will achieve victory by allowing the other co-hosts to destroy themselves. Such is the path of the childhood friend.
Shea and I go way back. We used to play Halo together all the time, every day before school. Pretty much.
Beat a level before 8 a.m.
He would show up to my parents' house, and we'd have like 30 minutes before school started, and we always just played that last level, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We played it a lot of times.
Yeah. That was like in elementary school.
I am the center of the universe, and everything can rotate around me.
The Earth is the center of the universe. And
No, I think
am
Shea's the center of the universe.
Yeah.
If we made every science fiction movie based on Shea being the center of the universe, I think
it's all relative to Shea.
Yeah. What do we call that model?
Shea-centric. What is Shea's persona, and why is it a Saint Bernard?
These are both good questions.
I mean, it's not just a Saint Bernard. That's not specific enough. It's a gigantic Saint Bernard.
Huge fucking Saint Bernard.
Okay,
No, you're a macro.
You guys are all spelling my name wrong, and it's kind of offending me.
Everybody
like,
spells
a
your
lot.
name wrong.
Like, I'm really offended right now. Can you guys fucking clean up your act?
Is Shea's last name Stadium? Yes. The New York Mets play at Shea.
If I were to buy Shea butter, it's spelled the same way that your
spelled
name
like
is.
Shea butter.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same spelling as Shea Butter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your middle name Butter?
It's butter. It's butter.
No, his last name's Butter. His middle name is I Can't Believe It's Not.
Shea, I can't believe it's not Butter.
That's my wrestling name.
Shea, introducing, hailing from Edmonton, Alberta, Shea, I can't believe it's not Butter.
There are other guests who only appear in the older or even specific streams, but that's outside the scope of the usual representative and modern YMS Plays stream. These performers all together make up a team of livestream directors. But for now, this review will focus on the main duo, Adum and Scoot. There is a split in workload between the horse and the tiger. Adum is a dungeon master controlling the game, keeping the gameplay relevant with narration and complimenting the co-host when the time is right.
This is Dungeons and Dragons.
Penis of destruction.
Bag of holding.
In comparison to Adum, Scoot is a persistent instigator of spicy subjects and a chat room manager. With this split, a combined chimera rises from the ashes to commit to a simple plan, making a stream that can only be a stream.
In Deus Ex, I wanted to explore all sorts of big issues, which I will get to shortly. And I wanted players to explore those things in ways that only games could allow them to do.
For every form of media, there's a hidden question that is asked. How can I justify using a specific medium for a story? For some, to justify crafting a game, there has to be a focus on player choice. to give the player the power to change the world they've entered, the utmost freedom to travel to where their heart takes them, and give their choices consequences, to have a game that tries to understand you and then responds using the golden rule, to treat you as you have treated others.
So instead of talking about how they killed the final boss or saved the princess, they talked about the fate of the world. That was success. So that was what Deus Ex was all about. It wasn't about what the development team thought the world should be. It was about what you, not your avatar, not the character, what you thought the world should be.
That's not a hard and fast rule, as critically acclaimed games with less interactivity, freedom, and choices exist. Yet those are perhaps some of the main principles to making a game that can only be a game. This isn't meant to disrespect linear games or visual novels here. This is just a broad idea about what applies only to games as an art. YMS plays games more for the cinematic experience and less for the ultimate objective of interactivity. Interactivity isn't everything in a video game.
Be fun, but I consider games to be essentially a medium to be able to enhance a cinematic experience.
Games can be fun, but I would prefer them not to be.
I think that there's a good amount of people that when they play a game, it's solely the interactive experience that they're looking for. Whereas I consider that to just be a part of the whole experience, not necessarily the only thing I'm looking for.
Nonetheless, if a game was made without closely following those principles of free choice, some may wonder why that game is a game, and not told as a book or film, maybe even a TV series. Depending on the player, Steins Gate may be an example that represents such a sentiment. Simply put, such games are not definitively reaching the full potential of the medium they reside in, which means that the game will never reach the highest form of meaningful design and unique expression it can achieve in the medium using the tools only found in that medium. So, some games can only be experienced as games. I've heard the same for film, but to be honest, I don't know what films fit here exactly. Obviously, there is a beauty to open landscapes as seen in Barry Lyndon, and a suffocating dread to figures just out of frame that the moving pictures of Old Boy can expose clearer than books or even theater can. By the way, I stole that out of frame idea from YMS's Old Boy review. Some films know how to work the camera enough to create an experience that can only be created with a camera, to take a step forward beyond the medium's roots in theater. For video games, a game like Deus Ex is laid out to promote player freedom, which means that players pick what attributes to improve, solve problems in ways that even the developers can't predict, and create the story through their decisions. This type of free choice interactivity within an art is only possible through a video game. Deus Ex is one of those games that can only really be a game.
But we were surprised by a lot of what players did. Even seasoned gamers were paralyzed by choice. It was strange. When they would get to a choice point early on in our testing, and I would see gamers push the keyboard away and like go, wait, I have to make a real choice? Games had trained people not to think. It was unbelievable to me. But we did discover that players could interact with our simulation, as shallow as it was in a lot of ways, and do things that we didn't expect. Okay, seeing people actually doing things that were not anticipated was cool and was one of our measures of success.
Now imagine these ideas for live streaming. How can you make a stream that can only be a stream?
I don't like you. I don't like you.
That's right, chat. I don't like you.
As a collective.
There is a primary defining element that a live stream has: the chat room. The chat room's level of interactivity depends on the type of stream that is being performed. Podcasts or talk show streams usually don't have much to do with the chat room if the live conversation is strictly done with the hosts. It's very reminiscent of their talk show counterparts on TV and radio. A clear exception to chat interactivity applies to special events or video game tournaments. We shouldn't expect esports commentators to read a chat room in the middle of a competitive match. Whereas a chat room for gaming streams, amongst other genres like React streams, is so important that a streamer like Charborg tries to include its participants in the stream events and has been framed as a meme. Chat, is this real? Here, Charborg tries to get his chat room involved with the stream by giving them a voice through a magic 8-ball.
Turn that monster into fajita meat.
Will do. Just let me quickly go into my inventory and see if I have a stim pack, and then we will have enough fajitas to last us the rest of the damn afternoon. Oh my god.
Chat, am I real? Am I here?
Hello?
The alias for the chat differs. Some refer to the chat by name, or as brothers, guys, or weebs. Other streamers simply say chat room.
But I bid you well, my brother in Christ, and I say go with Christ. Be within him.
Thank you, chat room. Wow.
You're bad at management games? My weeb in the chat is taking a poopa management game for you? What fucking XCOM is this? What happens? Is it XCOM poo?
So I just gotta say, you're basically a guy in the chat.
That's a guy in the chat.
Or girl.
That's a guy. Huh. Look, we've established this. Don't question me on the genders of anyone in the chat. I know them all by heart.
These aliases show that the chat room is undeniably important. Every stream has the implied goal of achieving live communication between the streamer and the viewer through that chat room. Otherwise, the viewer would see little difference in watching the stream live and in watching an archive of it.
I wish I was watching this on YouTube so I can skip ahead. Well, chances are you probably are watching this on YouTube.
Everyone but you. Not to that person who just responded in chat.
Yeah, well, not to that person.
Not to that person.
I'm using the royal you
certainly
here.
the majority of the people who ever hear this will be watching it on YouTube.
I don't know.
For example, if a streamer were to broadcast a Let's Play live, the comedic jokes made in response to a game may be very similar compared to that same Let's Play done offline. Northernline can be an example of this, where his pre-recorded videos may contain familiar jokes or topics from his live streams.
Two Blood on the Tracks references on the same stream? I can't believe it. Well, can you believe that it's not a stream either?
Additionally, one could avoid showing the troubleshooting required to run various games while attempting to maintain a stream, as shown by Adum with Omicron. If troubleshooting doesn't work out, then a stream schedule is in disarray. An offline Let's Play is not beholden to such a change in a live schedule with concurrent viewers. It's easier for a viewer to listen to a curated Let's Play than a stream with unexpected interruptions, which prompts the streamer to ask themselves, why are they doing the Let's Play live when they could do it offline without any immediate responsibilities, maintain the same quality of commentary, and cut out any technical difficulties or periods of downtime? The streamer must give a purpose to performing live and give the viewer motivation in watching the live Let's Play to differentiate the pre-recorded from the live format. Chat room messages, as Germa or Vinesalsa viewers are familiar with, are impossible to truly predict. You can strategize around them, but you can't get the finer details down.
If you put a pair of glasses on your foreskin, does it make it an 8 eyes? Asks 69 Dick Butt 420.
I was about to shit on that question, and then I saw it was from 69 Dick Butt 420, and I couldn't be mad anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that sentence that left my mouth, that is the only time it will ever leave my mouth. That is a unique sequence of words coming out in a very specific order that will not be repeated. It's like pie.
In contrast, films are obviously predictable. They're set in stone, a script chiseled on a papyrus tablet, a set of movements written down and recorded. But even a random chat member sliding upward the elevator of the chat room may fool the precognition of Napoleon. 1927, directed by Abel Gance. The chat room is the method with which a viewer may conveniently communicate with the streamer in real time. And it is entitling the chat room significance which begets the stark admission that a great stream doesn't necessarily come from a streamer responding to their viewers. A streamer could be extraordinarily entertaining without ever talking to their chat. But ideally they know how to use their chat to push the stream forward and to make use of the tools that only a stream can provide. Through the chat room, a viewer can have an actual influence on the stream. For example, a YMS stream chatter, Romanizer, guides Adum and Pals through Snoop Game.
Alright, so we need one dedicated person in chat that we trust that knows what the fuck we're doing, and I'll listen to them.
Tall ask.
Ignore. So X. Okay, so I'll trust you, Romanizer.
There you go, Romanizer.
So I'll trust you, and we'll see where this goes. So I'm gonna say
no pressure, Romanizer. Don't blow this.
Yeah, all right.
And another, known as Chemistry, guides Adum through the PlayStation 5 remake of Demon's Souls.
Thank you. And this is why I don't play this game without Twitch chat.
Chemistry is just carrying us right now.
Mm-hmm. The real pro gamer.
Thank you, Chemistry.
Thank you.
We couldn't have done it without your support.
If I get invaded,
you
I'll be
almost
so
got
mad.
banned earlier, okay? You're walking on thin ice.
I almost banned the whole chat.
In more common cases, a multitude of viewers may ask Scoot some strange questions, to which he responds with twisted reciprocation as if the possibility of two well-adjusted individuals communicating was erased.
Make sure Scoot wasn't peeing on the rug. I don't pee on the rug. Jesus Christ. I spray on the couch like a gentleman.
In comparison, viewers cannot influence scripted videos in real time as they are pre-recorded. I can't debate Adam's 7 out of 10 score for Dune Part 2 after the review for it is posted. I can't do that live. But during a stream, I can try to make the case that all of the Star Wars films shouldn't be given a 1 out of 10 because of their influence on film culture. Now, not every stream allows for glancing and banter like Northern Lions, especially for one very relevant reason: the co-host. Games and films have genres, from colony management simulations to psychological drama. Streams have genres too, react content to variety gaming, but there's another layer of genres, a hidden but obvious category: solo versus group streams, just like single player and multiplayer games. Solo streams are the absolute foundation of streaming. At least one human is needed to commandeer a library computer and start a stream. There's no need to wait for anyone else. A regular solo streamer has to juggle the game and the viewer with arbitrary technical issues, and that's it. As for reasons to stream solo, Adum lists a few. One of those reasons is to be hopeless, a very rare sensation for a streamer to desire.
No Scoot tonight? No. I already started this game without him. I also traditionally have done Don't Nod games by myself. I feel like there's an added layer of humor to me being hopelessly alone as I traverse through this. And also, like, I wouldn't be able to pick up on as much of, like, the story and the dialogue. Like, this is so jam-packed with bullshit. I don't think it requires a second person for commentary, and if there was a second person, I think we would get too easily distracted. Also, this game has trans people in it. I don't want to get canceled or banned off of Twitch, so it's probably better that Scoot's not joining me for this one.
Group streams have an added layer of complexity to them. The main host has the game, the viewer, and their co-hosts to juggle. As Eris or Avoiding the Puddle puts it, the guests, collaborators, and co-hosts change the script.
When I turn on a streamer and they're talking to some fucking guy, I don't even know who the fuck they're talking about, who they're talking to, I don't like that. It doesn't feel good. It feels like the streamer is neglecting the audience on a platform that you're supposed to focus on the chat as much as possible. But instead, they're neglecting the audience. And not only are they neglecting the audience, but they're neglecting their own, like show, their own script, to be on the phone with fucking Diablo.
This complexity is subtle, but noticeable. For example, a viewer may watch Northern Lion and notice how the focus of his banter and conversation changes from the chat during a single-player game like Balatro or the game of Sisyphus, to his companions during a multiplayer game like Dark and Darker, Chained Together, Jackbox, or Lethal Company.
I mean, I can't remember if it's me or if it's Kate, but like one of us has like a low 4 on Uber. But then also there wasn't, I did puke in an Uber once, so that might also have lowered the score.
That'll also definitely do it, I would say.
What, like it's okay for him to rate me lower as a human being just because I'm sick? Like, am I crazy? That seems insane. That seems like if anything, like he should be forced to give me like a 6 out of 5.
I don't know, man. I think he would probably be like, why'd you get in my car if you were sick?
Because I wanted to get home from the bar. Do straight men and gay women know about the ball seam? See, I'm learning here. Yes. Straight men, surely? Well, I don't know. It's you gotta look at like the index of refraction or something like that, right? I'm a lesbian and I know about the ball seam. Okay, quit bragging. I'm happy for you, but like there's lots of people here who are here to learn.
Northern Lion is, quite literally, one of the greatest streamers to listen to right now with few equals, but even he hasn't mastered the group stream because of how he approaches them. Don't get me wrong, it's completely understandable that Northern Lion puts the chat to the side. His fellow super streamers are longtime companions, and I'm not saying that he should ignore Dan Giesling's questions on modern day culture and stare at the backseaters instead.
I had a flashback of like asking chat why people go to anime conventions and they take pictures of someone stepping on them. Do you know why that is?
Yeah.
It won't tell me.
It's like an erotic meme.
Like, it's a meme or they like it?
It might be both.
Rather, there is a difference in how YourMovieSucks and Northern Lion approach collaborations and strategize with their good friends. Collaborations have a science to them, and this is real theory for teetotalers about to be laid out. A collab for a professional streamer likely has the objective of forming a cohesive unit with a single or with multiple co-hosts. A request for synergy.
They're finishing off the sentences like us? Oh.
That's easier said than done, and subtly complex. Solo streamers don't have to worry about this. Mostly.
I'm your host, Scoot. My co-host, Adam.
My penis. Oh, fuck! My penis.
This section will start by stating that the following passage is an outside understanding of streaming collaborations and, by extension, theories on how to do them. This isn't anything absolute, but the ideas expressed here on collaborations are supported by Adam's work. Collaborations, with co-hosts, for viewers and streamers overall, are actually a bit limiting in common practice, but are potentially liberating. Already, there are two small quandaries that an average streamer won't be able to easily advance beyond: the cohesive unit and the co-host.
We have come together today to the special occasion of the first ever collaboration between HoloLive and VShoujo. Clap, 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 clap!
Kiara and Neanders represent the first collaboration between the major VTuber agencies of HoloLive and VShoujo. While both of them are great commentators and banter with each other very well, they aren't entirely working as a single unit with long-term experience and the shared responsibilities of maintaining a stream. The idea of the cohesive unit is a quandary because streamers who collaborate with one another for the first time will likely have little synergy, as both have to understand the conversational tempo of each other to communicate fluently and work with each other to run the stream fluidly. Although they aren't streamers, actress Emma Stone has mentioned that she trusts director Yorgos Lanthimos, and I imagine that trust has been built, starting with their collaboration on the 2018 film, The Favorite. From an interview with the New York Times, Lanthimos himself describes the rehearsal process for his films as more about creating an atmosphere of camaraderie and having fun, getting to know each other so the cast can be comfortable with ridiculing themselves. This mutual trust, over the years, may be a major factor that has culminated in YourMovieSucks, the only film critic who matters, giving Poor Things a 10 out of 10, and Emma winning Best Actress for the 2024 Academy Awards. Basically, if a streamer would like to maintain a cohesive unit, they have to work for it over a long period of time, and build, with their co-host, a tennis court of challengers, where back and forth banter can flow naturally with every trustworthy backhand. Not many get that chance unless you are dedicated like Fuwawa and Mokoko Abyssguard of HoloLive. Fuwawa and Mokoko are so dedicated to collaborating that they are nearly on stream simultaneously at all times. If one of the Abyss Guards is sick, then the second half stays back as well. Okay, well, actually, that's not always true, because Fuwawa has conducted some solo streams, but for planned duo streams, they do stick together. Collaboration isn't just something you do as a special event on certain occasions.
Is that 129 pages?
Sometimes it's an actual arrangement that requires commitment, trust, and synergy by all members. The first bow is partnered with a second bow to create a house of them.
Flamuka! We have an official rival. Yeah. We couldn't help but notice, but he says bow, bow, bow.
Look, your bow is in sway idol. Bow, 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 bow.
Hi! What the heck? Bow, bow, bow! What do you think, ruffians?
Bow, bow, bow.
You're fighting with a bow? That's not how you use a bow.
Bow, bow, bow. No way! Right!
Bow, 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 bow.
This is truly a lot of bows.
For a YMS relevant example, some playthroughs of Adams are tentatively scheduled or occasionally delayed in the absence of a co-host.
We will continue Snoot Game the next time.
For the next 12
both
streams.
Shea's and LW's schedules line up. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
The next time they both have a free Sunday, which might be next week, might be a year from now. We don't know.
Nice.
Who knows?
Right? I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. I'll return to this game with all four of you. I think it's fun.
Unity is a priority for practiced group streamers. So a cohesive unit where responsibilities are shared equally and comedic combos arise organically is an end goal of collaborations, but it's not necessarily immediately achieved. It has to be strategically built and scheduled.
What are you? Why are you applying to someone in my chat?
They asked the question about a VTuber thing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
The co-host is a quandary because honestly, a co-host can take away from the chat room. If a collaboration blocks the chat room, then the live aspect and the influence of the chat room might be lost. That collaborative stream may not only be a stream. The co-host is your friend, but also inadvertently a possible saboteur.
All right, get on my back.
Doing LNR for... I'm reading a thing. Doing LNR for...
Work with your co-host to advance the stream to the point where it can only be a stream. There are two types of options to negate this loss of live influence. The first type goes against the point of a stream and doesn't use collaborations to the fullest, but it works. And the second type uses the live format best through teamwork. It just so happens that Adum does the second type.
Hey Scoot, is the chat allowed to rebel and overthrow you as the stream lord? No. Tried that once and nobody liked it.
The first type of approach to performing a collaboration and maintaining live influence is to do it yourself, to secretly overthrow your co-host. Here the streamer creates specific, separate segments where attention is better directed to the chat room and then to a collaborator. Time is set aside to allow for a better setting or event to talk to the chat room before or after the collaboration. This is the most organized solution, but it lacks adaptability and means the viewers interested in the live aspect of a stream have to attend at specific points. As experienced viewers know, streams never follow an exact schedule, and even if they do, viewers will have to wait for the segment they're interested in. If the guests are strangers to the memes of the stream and are outsiders to the community as a result, the designated streamer finds time for the chat in the midst of the collaboration. Here, even an experienced group streamer like Adum can be a bit of an outsider in another streamer's community as a guest.
This is exactly what I wanted to be doing tonight.
Yeah?
Was hop on somebody else's stream and just chat.
It's fun. It's very low pressure when you get to just kind of
Yeah, it's not my stream. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, that's exactly...
I can say the N-word. You'll get banned.
And Lily Peach, who tries to find time to answer her own stream's chat room. A chat room that her collaborator, Michael Reeves, likely isn't the most familiar with.
Oh, someone in chat asked what's Michael's Enneagram. He's 5. Mine's 9, in case you wanted to know.
I think they just asked for mine.
He's 5.
This is kind of a brute force solution, since we as humans tend to verbally talk a lot, and the co-op games played may not allow for the chat room to shine, so you would naturally be interrupting your partner. But if you have the willpower for it, and scavenge for time, then a chat room riff can be done, as Doki Bird does here.
What do you mean Goomy Carry? Goomy and Doki Carry.
So I'm about to ask for help.
I am not well suited for this.
Of course.
I will not know
I wasn't
exactly where to
asking.
start.
I would never ask you for help.
Good. We're on the same page.
Now we're at the actual overall method a group should use to fulfill the live stream format. This is the Your Movie Sucks recipe for success with a $5 milkshake. This is how the stream of Adum and Paz works, and how to make a stream that can only be a stream as a collective.
I'll let you jam out to this song for a second.
Jamming.
I can't pause the fucking thing.
He yells, "Make commentary," as he runs out the room and down the stairs. What's going on, everybody?
The strategy is to delegate responsibilities with your co-hosts so that they respond to the chat too. Scoot and others do this while Adum concentrates in the gameplay. This split is notably natural for Scoot, as he is not a dedicated gamer, and Adum is.
That's not an indictment of Helldivers 2. I have no interest in any game.
I play games good. I'm gay.
Did you say I play games good, I'm gay?
This strategy has some large strengths. It offsets a possible weakness of each host. A streamer turned focused gamer can give their co-host the freedom to perpetuate the live stream experience by turning them into a focused conversationalist.
I'm the one playing the game. Why aren't any of these, either of these two boys reading chat?
They are. I'm reading it right now. Apparently the
And, on occasion, for that co-host to look up a walkthrough to keep the events moving along.
Is Gaël looking things up, or does he just really love this game?
No.
I already knows that.
I have an encyclopedic knowledge of Catwoman 2004, the game.
All right, where do I go?
Okay, so you have to find some mesh.
Why did I even show up here and
Well,
beat
you
people
stopped
up?
listening to me. You were like,
We
I
don't
got
know.
this. This game is complete. Like, what it says here it sounds like it's insanity. What, like, these instructions are like what I would expect in a serial killer's journal.
It allows for 24/7 chat room surveillance for troublemakers who engage in the trickery of speculation.
It was right there. No, you're lying to me, right?
Ooh, if you're a liar, you could be cruising for a bruising. Liars and guessers, not welcome.
Don't tell me what to do before I've given up and asked for help.
So,
yeah, no guessers.
And no fucking guessers.
And for citizens who draw great art.
Oh my god.
Don't do it.
Adam, pause the game. Click
laser actually?
Click laser link. It's adorable.
Oh no.
It is
you made it.
fucking
Aw,
adorable.
Look at that face.
Laser.
Laser, what's your PayPal? I'm gonna donate you something.
Adam will be paying.
That's too much of a good drawing.
Adam
for
will be
free.
paying
That's
for my art.
That's bullshit for you to give that for free.
That's bullshit.
Give your PayPal now, or else I will ask for it later.
And that is my threat to you.
If you're not gonna give it now, then
PayPal or ban.
I'm gonna ban the fuck out of you.
It allows for conversational chemistry to cook between chefs when the cauldron is brewing. What that means is having multiple streamers in the same room allows for a technique known as the infinite back and forth. With immediate one-on-one responses and no chat room latency, the discussion is way faster and more detailed. A conversation may expand on another and cause a chain reaction of connected ideas to be discussed in quick succession. Gaël and Scoot are able to maintain a back and forth discussion on body switching that lasts for more than 5 minutes with speed and detail that wouldn't easily be found if one of them could only respond with written messages on top of a stream delay.
Scoot, what if you and Gaël switched bodies? What if we Freaky Friday'd?
That's a really good question.
That'd be interesting.
Then your butt would hurt.
Okay, so let's go through like a day in the life.
I'd give it a go.
What would I do?
What would you do with my body?
Okay, here's the question. Do I know that I only have 24 hours, or do I assume this is my permanent body now?
Ooh, interesting question. Please, whoever asked the question, clarify.
Yeah.
Known 24 hours. Okay,
All right, let's
so
think
you've
about
got my body for one good day.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Have you ever fucked a man?
You know what? I have
you
not.
ever taken dick?
I have not fucked a man.
Good question.
A little too good. You know what, Brian Ford? You're banned. you made us get too real and think.
This could also help with the game progression when the group discusses solutions to a puzzle or to spot specific parts of a game's environment.
All right,
You
I
take
took
a picture of that,
this.
you put that out in the open, you take a picture of yourself, you put yourself on the other side of the thing, and you're done. You're fucking done.
Just go out the other way and look directly behind you.
No.
Look directly behind you. Stop. Oh my god.
Why won't you
Like
look?
that?
Look
What?
to your left. No, okay. Look to your, okay.
None of
back
this.
up. Back up. Look left. Left.
Go out
Left.
of
Left.
it.
Up there. See it?
Oh, okay.
That's it. Even I know what the chat's
the
talking
thing we
about.
said.
Go back.
Where?
To the right. There was a hook that intrigued me about halfway through here. And going, hook. Spider friend.
A second narrative is told. An unusual case for a stream. Every stream has at least one narrative. The first is the game that is being played and the response to the game, as Adam shows for Demon Souls.
What a stupid bias. This is a bad game. You know what's funny is how many people are gonna get like personally offended over me saying it's a bad game. As if I'm trying to say that it's like an objective measurement and not just like I'm mad at the game currently, you know? So I've calmed down a little bit. That was a bullshit part of the game. I don't like it. I don't think the whole game is bad, but I was very upset and angry about it. And so I said it's a bad game. Okay? Is everybody comfortable?
The second narrative are the stories of the main streamer, Adum. Adum has all sorts of opinions on film and music, with descriptions of recent travels.
Let me pull up my Disney notes here.
I've also got some Disney notes after yours.
Some of the small but unique narratives to pick up are the certain words Adum uses to describe in-game enemies, and how Adum and pals like to abbreviate terms a lot and then fill in the blanks themselves.
You're dumb and gay.
I mean, that's kind of redundant.
You're dumb and gay. Well, you're gay.
Because Adam's crazy and you're gay.
You're gay. Sorry.
Dumb and gay and bad, you say?
Yeah, all of them.
Damn, that's the DGB trifecta. SVU does not stand for Scoot Victims Unit. It's an ugly rumor. SVU does not stand for Scoot Victims Unit. There's not a whole unit for my victims.
Scoot Victims Unit.
No, Adam, there wouldn't be 23 seasons of that. There'd be like 4 or 5 tops and they'd run out of material. Come on.
I would just want to see one season.
Is this on the test? Yes. The Scoot sounds and accents tests. It's the new SAT. Oh my god, wait, that is SAT.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That worked out just right. I would be really mad if the entire SAT was about me now and nobody told me.
Echo. Incredibly cool.
I see Orientals.
Orientals.
Friendship
I might have to
achieved.
use a different control.
But now there's a second host of the stream, a second narrative. Scoot himself has all sorts of stories from his favorite pieces of media and his adventures in wrestling.
No, Scoot mainly talks to me about his love for the Talking Heads. Actually, not mainly about Cat, just how much he loves the Talking Heads.
I do love Talking Heads. My god, how did I get here?
Where is my beautiful house?
What is the appeal of wrestling? It's the perfect combination of sports and performance art. Also, you get to touch shirtless men.
What's the appeal of wrestling? It's stupid.
When do I think I'll retire from wrestling? When it hurts too much.
Does it hurt yet?
Yes. But not too much. Just it hurts regular.
Everyone knows the brownie story, but Gaël is also a Valorant coach who can recite chess history on the spot.
Gaël has to go to sleep in 40
Bed speedrun.
minutes?
So we can get up in the morning and coach
43 minutes?
esports.
And get paid for it.
Yeah, why not?
That's the important part.
Time to be alive.
Right. Really?
And we can see how somebody plays when they're playing for their life. And it's like the most interesting thing from my perspective, like as a chess player. First of all, I remember a lot of games that I've played, but I would definitely remember a game that I played for my life. But it's not that hard to remember chess games. I can rattle the opera game right now. You guys ready? Here's the opera game. During this blind, e4, e5, knight f3, d6, d4.
LW has the background of a homeless pirate to go with his ever-changing identity.
LW is gonna tell a story about the time he got scurvy.
Oh, good.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if LW has been arrested at one point.
I can see him being arrested for for vagrancy. Like, wasn't he homeless for 10 years?
I don't know. Why does LW always have the craziest stories? Because he's irresponsible.
Because I have fun. I feel so safe when LW tells me stories from his life. Yeah, I have a lot of good cautionary tales, honestly. I've learned the good life lessons.
And Shea's description as a Saint Bernard alongside the spelling of his name.
I believe I started out as a lion.
Yeah, Shea's got the interesting furry journey here.
Is Shea a furry? No, but also he's a giant Saint Bernard.
That's because I'm an actual Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
I'm not some anthropomorphic Saint Bernard.
he's-
I'm a fucking real ass Saint Bernard.
Yeah, he is
That is
not
the size of a house.
self-aware. He's doing a squirrel type Pepsi stashing.
I love a squirrel type maneuver.
He's also a giant Saint Bernard.
He
and
is
so
a
because he has
giant.
instead of when the
Barrel?
Saint Bernard, and the barrel is filled
Yeah.
with Pepsi.
It's Pepsi.
These stories are possibly entertaining or enlightening experiences as they allow ourselves to learn lessons of everyday life or of outside culture from others. The final advantage is that collaborative experience allows the primary hosts to take charge as a group to respond to unexpected situations or to address less captivating moments. Here, Adum asks Scoot and Gaël to entertain chat in the case where a break is taken.
Talk to the chat. Make it entertaining so I don't have to make a break in the recording.
Okay. Middle Earth or Middle East?
Ooh.
In other cases, Scoot abandons his post and leaves it to another brave soldier.
All right, I'm gonna pee
You
real
have
quick.
become a hybrid
hold on.
of pizza and man.
Give me a second.
High intensity stuff. I'm gonna get a beverage too. I'll be back. L-Dub, it's all yours. Behave yourself.
I
Oh
want
yeah.
a beverage too.
Oh, we can't leave the chat unattended. There'll be chaos.
All right, chat. You know what to do. Start quacking.
And Gaël's left to defend the stream alone.
So stupid.
Oh, I need to write something down on my laptop real quick. I know this is bad grammatically, but I just need to write a note of something. Entertain the chat for a second.
Oh, I am evil. Because I'm going to turn you to stardust.
All right.
You think you could just leave me?
Although the absolute mastermind Adum approved strategy is to design a streaming blueprint with co-hosts, there are weaknesses that could show themselves if left unchecked. When Scoot enters gamer mode for cooperative games, Obviously, he won't have the usual amount of freedom to read what a fellow memer is typing in the chat.
Just know that if we do play co-op games, you get less chat interaction, because that means I have to do another thing.
This is a universal problem that also applies to solo streamers, but it's probably fair to say that the expectations are different for Adum and Pals, where the Pals usually aren't occupied. In this case, both of the two hosts are occupied, instead of just one, and only have time to respond to chat during downtime.
I don't read chat as I'm playing Cuphead. I read
it's
it like
very
in between deaths.
hard
It's literally not possible
to read while you're playing.
You think I can?
It sort of
That's
demands,
on another screen.
Sort of demands concentration.
Try to dodge all of these things coming at you 8 times a second.
And also just read some shit.
When a collaborator is not able to attend, it's noticeable. Each primary member brings their own unique flavor to the stream. A flavor that isn't easily replicated and is missed.
Is the stream going
My
to
baby's
keep going?
crying.
Oh no, not the baby. Is the stream going to keep going after Scoot leaves? And if so,
I'm planning on streaming.
and
still,
if
yeah.
so, how are Adam and LW going to fill the Scoot-shaped hole in my soul?
I have to go at like
Okay, that's fine. I can do solo game.
5.
A flavor that can be quickly described through a drinking game.
This is a pretty good Adam plays drinking game that Gypsy6 has posted. Adam gets confused by the game. Scoot does an impression, mildly racist or otherwise. Gaël says something vaguely Arabic. LW mentions a time he did something incredibly stupid, e.g. getting scurvy. Adam breaking the game every time.
The schedules of each member can have a rippling effect on the stream and may cause possible delays. The gap found in the Snoot game series from the first 11 parts versus the parts after is an example of this.
We cannot do Catherine because Scoot's not here, so we're doing that November 3rd?
In rare cases, the guidance of a co-host may result in deceit and setbacks. A downside for the streamer, but comedic to the viewer.
Well, I wonder what you can do with the other 3 of them that you got to do this with.
Oh, do I have to do it several times?
Yes.
Oh, God. And no matter what, we like...
Did you actually believe me that you had to do that multiple times?
Yes.
Okay, well, you shouldn't have done that.
He's just
well, all right, what am I supposed to do?
You got to bring down the, you got to get the lever thing to bring down.
Somebody who's not LW tell me what to do. It would be better if you hadn't played this game, because then I wouldn't trust you. I'd be like, no, you haven't played this game.
That's the best part.
I know.
Yeah.
I trusted you.
Yeah, that was the first mistake.
And of course, more voices means more audio problems and more interruptions, especially for cutscenes.
You guys got to make sure not to talk about random other shit when we get to like cutscene points.
Yeah.
Because there needs to be.
Was that a cutscene or a pose?
Place in and I don't know. It's like vaguely modern day, I think. Sorry.
Very important cutscene.
A streamer who often does collabs with a split in responsibility may not be practiced in solo streams. So, side note, this point is mostly for the playthroughs and not for, the react streams that Adam commonly does. When Scoot and LW are on deck discussing family-friendly relationships, Adam is usually quite silent and just focusing on the game. Without those two, Adam has to take their place as a single performer who doesn't normally practice solo streams. Honestly, that isn't an easy thing to do. You would have to be Northern Lion to pull that off.
All right, this is a solo stream with the other two listening. They're not saying anything
with,
today.
Special guest audience.
Now, this next part of group streaming is advanced. Magnolia Lethal Company. Almost no one makes it out to this point of live streaming, if you get what I mean. On one of the pathways to truly master the art of the collaboration, a streamer must intertwine themselves, the co-hosts, and the community to the point where they are inseparable, or, in cases that allow for it, on a similar playing field. This whole time, there has been an omitted truth. The co-host has never been fully defined. A co-host doesn't only consist of the guests who have their voices and physical presence felt. It can possibly consist of the many viewers and familiar faces who are tuning in live to listen to your stuff. Like Laser Paints.
Laser, yeah, we would love to have you in this.
Laser Paints being a moderator and an artist of the YMS community. If a streamer finds a way to expand their implementation of a collaboration enough, the entire chat room can be a group of co-hosts. On the surface, that includes party games like Jackbox, where an audience can vote and give some supplementary scoring points for their favorite submission. When you dig deeper into the chat collab philosophy, you'll find the previously mentioned Charborg. Charborg is the epitome of this philosophy, as he gives his chat room tools to influence the stream. For specific occasions, Adam's co-hosts aren't just Scoot, Gaël, LW, and Shea, but there are also the lesser-known stream team members, such as editors and moderators. Sonics, a noteworthy moderator and editor, has a historically comedic reputation on the stream and was invited to join the Lethal Company playthrough.
That Sonex is trolling. Sonex has not said one useful thing. He's just trolling.
There isn't copyright music in the game, says Sonex. Well, Sonex has been wrong about
Sonex
almost
is an
everything.
inveterate liar. So
2 minutes. Sonex, you never say things that are correct. We'll wait.
We lost the Sonex.
We'll wait.
I'm alive. I'm alive.
Stoop that low.
Over. Gimme.
I have come back to deliver a dead Sonex. Here you go. I have delivered a dead Sonex. And
Lethal Company is a brilliant example of Adum committing to this sort of collaboration. Now, I can't possibly know every Lethal Company streamer. There's way too many. But I can tell you, of all the VTubers, from the independent sector, to VShojo, to Hololive, to another negligible agency, to famous streamers like Lily Pichu, Germa, Northernline, even Charborg, all of them being streamers who have appeared in this review to a favorable degree, and so on, Adum is one of 2 I know of who was clearly invited editors or moderators to play with. The second, I think, is Vinny, who participated in a Lethal Company charity stream with at least one of his moderators. Fun fact. Anyway, Adum is one of 2 streamers amongst dozens who is actually connected with the community that surrounds the stream through the vessel of trendy horror and science fiction called Lethal Company.
KRS, we got Olivia, we got Scoot, we got... Hold on. Everybody stay still.
I'm still.
Everybody stay still for a second.
Do I have kitty ears?
Scoot has kitty ears. Olivia.
Nice.
Das. KRS.
I'm defensive.
LW.
Fuck this thing.
And then Laser. I'm assuming that's you. Your head is blocking most of your name. Okay. You don't.
Laser has.
That is intentional.
Okay.
Stealth.
Okay. All right. We're good.
A lot of the streamers I've mentioned are great, with distinct creativity, but YMS has this extra step that elevates his material from great to a director of streaming, a streamer who uses the tools that only a live stream medium provides. These are all streamers with millions of subscribers, and Adum is the rare million subscriber YouTuber to summon close community members for a day of Lethal Company. The only day of Lethal Company Adum has organized so far as of the release of this review. One of the party members invited for this playthrough is a regular chatter known as Das, who was eager enough to guide Adum through the installation of the Lethal Company mods needed to expand the available multiplayer slots to allow notable members of the YMS community to join.
Like those DAS instructions, like click when it tells you.
Oh,
select
I
the
ignored
profile,
that
click
completely.
import, and then paste this code.
All right, hold on.
I see. Okay.
Sorry. I thought it was just stuff we already did.
Sweet Jesus.
We're just gonna put Das mods.
Profile.
I'm assuming Das has both. Das, are you on my Steam? If you wanted to, I think you said you wanted to join earlier, and you're helping us with this,
So this entire journey of inviting community members like this is undeniably raw. Some of the rawest material a viewer could ever see on any stream. More raw than raw danger, and raw material is extremely difficult to see nowadays.
Thank you for the walkthrough. I would have been doing a bunch of shit for a while. And that would have been annoying.
A streamer who can blend themselves with their team and community through absolute rawness on a level playing field and through direct communication has mastered the art of collaboration.
Oh yeah, this is raw danger-ish.
You're absolutely right.
I would imagine that finding another notable streamer who has done the same is incredibly difficult. When publicly transported to a pissed off mood, Adum is a person who will tell you to delete your Reddit account.
Are they even reading chat? We're reading every chat. I've read every chat. It's boring. Everything that you're saying has already been said. I've read every chat. I wish me being mad wasn't very funny. People
really
like to,
funny.
It is.
people
It's
just-
too bad that it's so
hate
funny.
it. I hate it.
Goddamn
I've definitely made a career out of being upset.
Yeah.
But Adum is also someone who isn't too hard to reach and cares about the surrounding team. The collaborators. Finding someone who cares to bring the community in for multiplayer collaboration, whether it's a group of familiar faces or lesser known regular chat acquaintances, is difficult, no matter the degree of familiarity. And seeing how all branches of YMS are intertwined, the existence of a living village surrounding the stream has blossomed. Scoot and Gaël don't just talk to the chat because they feel compelled to entertain or thank subscribers, but because they actually know them as people. This connection is felt through the banter, where the chat itself is as crazy as Scoot and others.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Noted artist, Neocandra.
Is it Jeanette, Jeanette, or Jeanette?
I say Jeanette.
I also say Jeanette.
You know how it's...
What am I basing that on? Nothing.
But she said she was, what was
She
it?
hasn't
Danish.
Danish.
She's Danish.
So, you know how, like...
Jeanette.
You know how it's John Dielman?
It is
I feel like it should be Jeanette.
Admittedly, that might be the result of Adum having a small community, but still, having a great relationship with your editors and including them in co-op games is seldom seen. The community makes up the third narrative that every stream has, the stories of the chat room and its notable members. Few get an upfront third narrative. Adum is the rare streamer who has 3 levels of narratives. I know it sounds like I'm just tossing out the word narrative in this review, but I mean that. Many chatters in Adum's community have their own stories. Some of them even share the same theme in their name, a trio formed by a femboy, a fanboy, and a catboy.
Yeah, we're eventually going to have to do the battle of the boys in the chat. Fanboy versus femboys versus catboys. Catboy, sorry. Singular, not plural. My money's on catboy, due to no particular bias. Let's see who that was so I can ban them prematurely.
That was fanboy.
Oh, fanboy. It's been a good run, but I guess we're done here. I like fanboy is definitely a real person in the chat, not just a name we made up for a screenshot.
Yeah, no,
Very
it's a real person. Yeah, it's a real person.
The weird blue Sonic is technically a cat. No, it's not, Antifa Catboy. I'm normally on your side, and you have a lot of knowledge on this game, but no.
In this Lethal Company stream, a real stream team unravels as Olivia, Sonics, Das, KRS, Laser Paints, and You Are a Boy stand side by side with YourMovieSucks, Scoot, and LW. This review is primarily about Adum and pals, but the community is especially a major part of the stream's story. The community and your team alike are collaborators too. Don't restrict collabs to the immediate voices in your head. Look to the voices in your chat. Adum does all of what this entire explanation of stream collaborations has been building up to. Adum, Scoot, Gaël, LW, Shea, and more have made streams that can only be streams as a cohesive unit which shares responsibilities and emphasizes the live element. That is really difficult to achieve, an extraordinary feat across career streamers. That is peak live streaming. Adum has led one of the 2 groups I've seen perform a streamed collaboration that lives up to the capability of what streams can achieve as an art form. Out of the 50+ streamers I've viewed through performed collaborations, there are only 2 others, as one group, who have done what Adum and Pals have done here. Those 2 are Matthew Mitosis and Matthew Mitosis, believe it or not. I discussed them in my review for Matthew Mitosis, but basically they do question and answer sessions in a way that separates the responsibilities. Mitosis reads the chat, Mitosis answers, and sometimes there's an extended discussion.
Hello everyone, your requested guest has arrived. You want to say hello?
Hello?
Thank God I don't have to hear about this anymore now. Every time I stream, you're getting asked about. Did you want to read the questions again like usual, or?
Yeah, I'll read the
Just in general, you know, the concept of the guest. The guest that shows up all the time, and, you know, everybody, you know, part of what makes it good is the rarity of it, you know? If you were here all the time, everybody'd be sick of you. Everybody would be like, get rid of her. Wouldn't you? You'd be all asking to get rid of her.
Or maybe they'd ask to get rid of you.
As a contrast, Neanders and Athelstan are a massively creative duo and have such fascinating banter and can engage the chat at certain points. But they don't truly make streams that can only be streams by using the chat comprehensively in all aspects of their collaborative streams in the same way that Adum and Pals do.
Alright boys,
Alright.
Venus has been engaged.
Captain, engage Venus. Set the thrusters to maximum.
Anticipate Venus.
You may fire when ready.
I know looking at 50 streamers who comprise various streaming groups isn't the best sample size, but it's all I could find in my quest to find other groups similar to the Super Best Friends play. It's surprisingly hard to find group streams by groups who regularly collaborate together, and some of those groups are Let's Players and not streamers.
Oh god, Adum and Scoot are going to become not friends anymore.
Without saying anything, I don't
name
know if
names
that's
and
what
talk
that's what
specifics.
happened. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta poke the tiger.
How about you get consent to poke the tiger?
Nah.
Story of my life. Hope it doesn't cause us to become not friends anymore. There was a goat. There was a goat. Go back.
You're a goat.
You missed a goat. The greatest of all time. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
So Scoot, in theory, could be between 12 to 14 reasons why Adam's stream just sucks. Your stream sucks, Adam, and I'm going to devalue your personal experiences with art. You thought this was a positive review? Well, it is, because such criticism of Scoot is only theoretical. In reality, Scoot is brilliant, a veteran seasoned with the freshest flowing spices of Arrakis. Paradoxically, Scoot is baby, but he's also an ancient big cat.
Why is Scoot now called Ancient Scoot? I thought Scoot was baby. I perhaps have graduated to toddler, and everyone's being mean about it.
Okay, these last two sentences are me trying to say that Scoot is the epitome of an indie gem, a streamer who has 100% of the skill of the greatest of all time, but without any of the recognition. It is almost undeniable to claim that Scoot is reading the chat 24/7, to the point where he asks to shrink the window size of Lethal Company just to read it.
Can I play this windowed so I can see the chat?
He is addressing chatters by name, thanking them, and bouncing off crazy ideas between himself and the virtual monsters of Earth in a ping pong game with a spiked ball that once belonged to a flail.
Hey, thanks. It's 11:59 and 59 seconds.
What the fuck kind of a username is that?
I don't know, but I like it.
Very visual like to ask the question, can centaurs jerk off? My answer is no. It is too far to reach. Centaurs have to jerk each other off, exactly. It's a team effort in the centaur community.
Yeah.
That's so far, because you have the average person, or even the average animal, has just one torso to reach past to jerk off. Oh, you got kicked so hard. But centaurs have two full torsos to reach past, one of which is a horse torso. A horso. You're not going to reach. I don't care how big your dick is, you're not going to reach. Forget about it. Is there a bet going in the chat as to whether centaurs can jerk off? Just bet on no. Or are you betting on the fight? I guess that makes more sense. Can centaurs suck each other off? Absolutely. But they can't suck themselves off.
I don't know. I've seen footage.
While Scoot engages in arson as seen by his cocktails of blue and black humor tossed into the chat room, Adam is usually keeping the stream stable through gameplay progression and commentating on much of his in-game actions step by step. Adam is the go-to problem solver for audio, technical issues, and other general plans like schedules.
Can't hear LW.
What did I do to solve it last time?
Spill coffee on the cables again. Maybe that'll help.
I think do that.
So LW's mic is fuck you. I'll fix it. Just give me a second here.
Look, we have an audio engineer on our hands, guys.
Mostly food schedules besides the, gaming schedules.
I'll be right back. I'm going to pick up food in the front.
Oh my.
The dynamic is that Scoot is untamed, while Adam is like a straight man. I can't say that. Well, okay. What I mean is that Adam heavily focuses on the game with earnest observations that are occasionally analytical or critical, but there are glimpses where he chimes in and harmonizes with the comedy of Scoot on the same wavelength.
Cool about this game, there's a big X there now. Okay. So now on my map, it's like, oh, you can't go there.
I thought I was your map.
You're my favorite map.
Thank you.
Can't believe there are nightmares there too.
Nightmare.
What about daymares? What about gay mares?
What about gay? Yeah, I was gonna say we were both going there.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Joe.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've started communicating telepathically, which is not great for the stream, but it's fine for us.
I know.
There might even be the odd chat message that Scoot sets up for Adam to talk about, assuming Adam doesn't read it himself first.
So is there a way to get into doing commission for furries without ending up doing cheese grater stuff? Yes. Number one, I don't think that many people are asking for cheese grater stuff. Also, you can say no to any commission that is
There's every
to you.
every furry that does commissions, or every artist that does furry art for furries that may or may not be a furry. They have rules as to what they will or won't do. They'll just say like no piss play, or you don't even have to say that. And if someone asks, you can just say no. You don't have to accept someone's commission.
As previously mentioned, Scoot and others might go over to Adam's side of things and help with gameplay progression by dictating a walkthrough to him. It's like leading a horse to water.
Follow any passage until you come to a pair of white doors. The one in front of you is Jenna's cell. To the right is the main floor of the base.
But the real power of Scoot is found in his legitimate mastery of two rare qualities, the relentless riff and the management between the host and chat.
Yeah, but it's on a track. The track locks after 7.
You're on track to being my worst friend.
Forever riff, forever riff, forever riff.
The relentless riff is, by default really, the most valuable approach to streaming. This term is one that I made up and is defined as creating interesting jokes or observations from moment to moment with no end in sight. So, remember when I mentioned how there are these differences between films, video games, and streams as an art? Well, there is one massive difference I did not mention: the runtime. Streams, in their rawest, traditional form, are playthroughs of video games, and those playthroughs might go on for very long runtimes. This is the evident reason why highlights exist. An excellent streamer, and I mean the absolute best, can make the majority of the runtime filled with transformative observations or comedy. If a streamer can do this consistently, then that runtime is worth watching for its discussion or humor, to the point where an entire stream archive can be a highlight and a listener will frequently be engaged at any moment. Northernlion has mastered the relentless riff and can make every single video on demand interesting with colorful commentary. Now, most people would still want highlights to easily get the best from a long runtime or from a long storyline, but you get what I'm saying. The library of Laterno is a valuable source of edited Northernlion highlights, a great pairing with Northernlion, who usually posts unedited stream segments. Not usually, I think it's the only thing he posts, really. Well, there's also Let's Plays, you see what I'm saying. Even a radical relentless riff overlord could benefit from highlights. Even in a more ordinary setting of button configuration, Scoot still tries to make such configuration entertaining.
The return and cancel don't necessarily have to, they're not changing what the other things
Don't
are.
give a woman a cancel button.
And we can do...
She'll abuse it.
This.
Every time she goes on a bad date,
Do
that
this
guy's
first.
fucked.
Okay, so supplies needs to be...
Is it supplies, or because this game was made in Japan, they actually mean surprise?
Scoot is entertaining and brimming with creativity from front to back, taking small opportunities to convey his spicy sense of humor. A spicy sense of humor that excellently avoids misinterpretation of controversy, mostly, and is stated with a subtle understanding of nuance and doesn't need to be boisterous to leave the listener with an impression.
Their hands didn't connect. Oh.
I'm pretty much always
yeah, Adam, maybe you haven't heard there's a fucking virus going around?
playing music.
You need to differentiate between when I'm being earnest and when I'm fucking with you. And
these quips are instead deadpan, except in the uncommon case where Scoot starts engaging with histrionics.
Oh, god damn it. Seriously? It's barely a curb.
Maybe you should curb your enthusiasm.
Shut up.
What? I never.
He delivers observations that endeavor to push forward the current moment and seeks to consistently transform those moments somehow using black comedy or references to comedic media.
Scoot, I've always wondered what is I'm helping Bizarro a reference to. C-Lab 2021, the year we're in right now.
If I had to make a guess, this amount of towering creativity comes from the massive amount of influences and experiences Scoot has. For influences, Scoot does discussion, callbacks, and impressions on a ton of media and actors.
I guess I gotta take it on the
Hold
other
on,
side.
go back to that room. Go back to that room.
Okay.
Immediately. Don't look at this room. Go to the other room. Is this where they filmed the iconic scene from The Batman? With the Batman and Paul Dano?
That's it?
And you know what? Fuck you. Wait, hey, hold on. Come back. Turn around. Yeah. Come back this way. Yeah. A little more. And there, to your right is where you should go. Forever. Okay, continue playing now.
Adum also has similar influences, which means that both of them have references to say out loud and inspire their commentary, but especially as references for what makes good pieces of art and acting.
It's so annoying that you can see the details in their bad performance.
What do you guys
you
think?
can see it's unconvincing.
Yeah,
if it was just voice acting, it would be more convincing. It feels like one of those things where like maybe every frame of painting was right about the state of the film composition industry in the sense that like nobody does themes anymore because every director is just telling the composer, make it like this, and they use temp music made by somebody else, so you can't make a distinctive theme anymore because it has to be just like kind of like something but not.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Mary. For experience, Scoot has been doing this stuff for years, between Adam's stream, Adum and Pals, and his own talk show, known as The Worst Year of Our Lives, where he discusses various forms of media with a co-host known as Drew or Syrian Soft Paws. His podcast especially crosses over with the stream and allowing him to practice commentary and discussions, but also as a way to talk to the chat room.
Thanks for all, the support, for listening to us and helping us create a very cool experience between two best friends.
My name is not Gus asks, at Scoot, did you see the H-Bomber guy vid about the Roblox oof? My name is not Gus. You have outed yourself as not a listener of the podcast because that was literally last week's episode. Fake fan alert, ladies and gentlemen. If everyone would care to point.
Wait, I'm not Gus. That's the one that fucks his dad, right?
That is the one that fucks his dad.
That is the one that fucks his dad.
I guess he was too busy fucking his dad to listen to my awesome podcast.
That's right.
It does take a while.
To fuck your dad.
Yeah. It's a commitment.
Slow process. Apparently, Not Gus's dad listens to the podcast while fucking Not Gus, so that's okay.
So you can shout him out.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Gus and the dad he be fucking.
Plus, he puts a sort of onus on himself to keep the stream well-paced with comedic ideas. To quote Scoot, for 12 straight hours every Sunday, he's thinking about what is the funniest thing he can say right now. It is exceedingly amazing that Scoot has been doing this for more than 5 years and can still incrementally push his comedic style forward and persistently make every series entertaining with a personal twist at every corner. The relentless riff is a rare characteristic, and there are varying reasons why streamers have that toolset or not.
Scott's been in improv classes. Don't insult him.
That's a mean thing to say.
That is pretty mean.
Don't say that. It takes a lot to hurt my feelings, but that hurt my feelings.
In the case of Scoot, it's likely that he has a toolset because of the mentioned practice experience, media influences, and especially his dedication to the goal of being entertaining for the extended runtime that a stream demands. It's no accident that he name drops the Upright Citizens Brigade and is a great improvisational commentator himself.
Look, Gutless Fatso, Adum is not bad at improv. Look, the standard thing they sort of teach you day one at UCB is the yes and method. Look, not everyone goes by the yes and method, though. Adum goes by no. We're learning improv. We're going to the Upright Citizens Brigade. UCB all day, baby.
So I don't know what kind of bullshit suggestions you're giving me here.
It's almost like the chat is dumb. I would never say that, but it's almost like that. It's like in an alternate universe, the chat is dumb. And it's almost like that universe is this universe.
On chat and host management, a lot of what was mentioned in the second method and the addendum on how to collaborate successfully is definitely something that Adum and Scoot do. Scoot is great with regular hosts like Gaël and seldom seen guests like Matt.
This connector, in order to get the connector, I need to open this door. How do I open this door?
Can you get over that fence by putting the
I would love to.
box down on over there?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you.
You should stick around. You're going to prove very useful.
It's funny how I used to suck at games, but now making games, I'm actually pretty good at games now.
Nice. I'm actually I'm a gay developer. How do you think I've been doing with Adum?
You're getting better at being gay.
He's ironing out the kinks.
For chat management, an obvious and a minor detail will be brought up. Obviously, Scoot is an element of chaos. He influences the chat to be creative and ask crazy questions that he'll actually read out loud.
Scoot, you're just like the chat, you know. We take after you, so when you get mad at us, you're really just getting mad at yourself. Yeah, think about that, man. That's my chat. That's my chat. Scoot, write a book filled with nothing but the odd questions and requests you receive in this chat. That'd be good.
But Scoot also performs a minor detail that's subtle and occasionally seen. If a collaborator makes a comment while he's in the middle of bringing up a chat message, he finds a way to get to reading it without ignoring the collaborator. He'll quickly address a comment by that collaborator, and then after a brief moment, he'll point out the chat message again.
That's a fair question.
What the fuck?
Scoot is at heart. Oh, hey now. That was interesting. That might have defied science. Scoot, is it hard licking yourself clean after wrestling matches? Our fans that
Hopefully
get
this
hit...
isn't like a soft log thing.
I hope it kind of is. Our fans that get hit with audience chair spots.
This is a small action, and I'm not trying to say that this is in fact a massive gesture or that Scoot is a feline mastermind making hidden meticulous moves that Vexel doesn't have the Grandmaster electronic sports skills to break down. Really, this is just a basic gesture that Scoot does for stream conversations. But it also shows the broad trend of what Scoot is trying to do. He's on good terms with the various members of Adum's community and is eager to see what the chat overall has to say. Scoot was once an outsider to Adum's stream, but over time, he has made connections, substantial or not, with a chat room that was once an indiscernible wall of text and found individuals with a voice hiding in there.
Scott is cool. Can we keep him? Adam, take notice.
All right.
I'm now vital to this.
Does Scoot ever look at this chat and think, I'm part of this community? No, I believe that he thinks I'm part of the society.
No, I have a way of distancing myself. I can compartmentalize.
way of distancing yourself. You do that.
I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I'm not going to surf on it
It's
because I
important
can't,
for
I
my
can't
mental
have...
health.
Oh, damn it. That's not what I wanted.
That is the sign of a great streamer. It's either all that or Scoot looks at chat for podcast requests and out of boredom from watching Adum play video games all day.
I'm fine playing.
I want to watch you play whatever makes you happy, because that makes me happy.
But for real, the end result is a kitten who lifts the escalating chat upward, scrolling as if it were film stock.
Imagine being forced to watch the stream without Scoot being able to read your funny chat messages out loud. Imagine, Laser.
Yeah. Reading is for losers.
It's for gay people.
Reading's gay. You're banned.
Gay, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to read in this stream.
That goes
You're
wrong.
not allowed to read Twitch chat.
Any readers out there, you can take a long walk off a short pier.
Who's the third guy? It's in the title of the Twitch stream.
In the title. Read the title.
What's the title?
It's probably playing this fucking game with Scoot and Shea.
It's Munch's Odyssey with Shea and Scoot. Although I should have named it
Shea Gets
Straight Stream with Shea and Scoot.
Sorry, Shea Gets Top Billing?
This time, yeah.
I think we're going to have to shut this down and start again. I think you're going to have to read my contract a little closer.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. We have contracts.
We're very funny.
We're very small. I just think we should get paid for this.
Who?
What?
You work for radio or something? Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah. Give us a call. 591 Rock, 591 Roll, baby.
Oh,
You're listening to LW in the Cat.
Cat. With our guest star, Horsey Horse McHorseface.
That's me.
Anyway, it could all end there. Adum and Scoot are the main representatives of Wymus Plays after all. But that's actually why Gaël, LW, and Shea are captivating commentators as less common co-hosts. Scoot is king, and likely the most practiced alongside Adum. Yet the skills that Scoot has and Adum's dynamic can absolutely be said for the rest of the crew. Besides Scoot, and as previously mentioned, you find Gaël or Shea assist Adum with gameplay progression. What's even more surprising is that they're great commentators, even though they aren't as practiced as Scoot. But it is also slightly unsurprising, since you'll also see Gaël and Shea practice comedic commentary on Adum and Pals, or for Gaël on his own stream. It's like, no matter which one of the Pals is on stream, they're actually equipped with transformative comedy. They always have a charged quip up their sleeves. Honestly, I did not expect a Lord of the Rings nerd to be pretty close to the skill level of skilled career streamers like Varg Skeletor or Neanders. The commentated approach he took to Little Nightmares is unexpectedly memorable. Trying to drag out economic or political interpretations of it as a parody, which wouldn't 100% be something other comedically memorable streamers like Germa would do.
It's symbolism. It's America. Yeah, this represents 19th century America. The woman represents freedom, which is wavering and delicate. It hangs on the precipice. It falls quickly.
Up, please.
The large beings represent the
There was still a
farming
sausage.
sector, and
Oh, back
they're
here? Fuck.
gluttonous. Yeah, exactly. The large men, they all represent the proletariat or the farming sector, and they're gluttonous and they just ask a lot. The vessel that you're on represents industry. It represents the factory, the cold machine, the metal floating on an ocean of evil. So, yeah, that's my interpretation.
Nope.
So you can contact me for my Pulitzer whenever you want.
Of course, Germa also has his own sort of political parodies, but an experienced viewer would also see Gaël's way as distinctive.
Please do your Mitch McConnell impression. It is 11:15 p.m. here. Are you tired? You want me to do Mitch McConnell right now? Isn't it kind of late? It's like too late for that.
And of course, Gaël has a very similar Scoot sense of humor.
Man, I so badly want to like do a stream where like I'm extremely racist and just yell Allahu Akbar while running into people with guns. Like there was an instinct for me, like as you were shooting those guys, for me to just like run into them with the P90 while yelling Allahu Akbar.
Running into them, yeah.
But I would just
it must
get
be
banned.
A pretty strong pull.
It is. I think it would be entertaining.
Something genetic.
I think people would enjoy watching it.
I would enjoy watching it. I mean, from a distance, I would want to be out of blast radius. But...
Blast radius, yeah. We call it the splash zone.
You. It is much cuter than blast radius.
It is.
Now, Vexel does stream, and Scoot has a library of work to show off, but on the other hand, LW isn't really much of an online personality. Still, he just always has these interesting anecdotes and topics to make conversation over. It's through these conversations that LW shows initiative to make sure the pace of commentary doesn't slow down to the gait of a trot.
But he sent me a video of Vice's heroin, the heroin party that they have in Russia. Have you seen that?
Heroin party?
It's not like not a party, but it's like a heroin fest.
Yeah, they go to a heroin con in Russia, where they
heroin con.
Yeah, where people live out in the woods and they go out and they rub their hands on all the poppy plants.
But the dude from Vice went and took one of their bootleg heroin things, brought it to a doctor, and was like, "What is this?" And he was like, "Oh, this is not heroin. It's opiates, yeah, but it's not heroin."
What's also present in LW's style is that he is the extension of many ideas that pop up as he shows the ability to play off the japes of other present members.
Apparently, LW knows the secret to comedy.
Hey!
You know what the secret to comedy is? Timing. Firing on all cylinders.
Every two of them.
All two cylinders.
All two
I am a
cylinders.
shitty car.
Or really
or
good.
a great bike.
Right.
God damn it! God damn it! Nice.
Oh, we're on
Crushing it today.
All right.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
I'm sure it would be just as entertaining if you were just
This
walking,
is not the type of game that would make any kind of entertaining playthrough solo.
walking silently in the snow.
Shea is an interesting case because that dude has a more difficult to pin down style. He barely exists online. A cosmic mystery. For Oddworld and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, he's all in on the Scoot Banter Brigade and the ever-changing discussion.
To answer a question in chat, if I'm in the stream, am I gay or am I a furry? You are not necessarily gay if you're in the stream. You are definitely a furry, though.
Actually, you can't be gay and in the stream today because it's a
straight stream. I don't know if you missed that earlier.
You're not allowed to be gay in this stream today.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a choice anyway, so just make the choice.
Just choose.
You have to choose differently
Choose
today.
wisely.
Yeah.
For once in your life, choose wisely.
Yeah. It's a choice, but it's a mandatory choice. We're not letting you make it for yourselves. We're making the choice for you.
Yeah.
It's still a choice, but it's somebody else's
And
choice.
isn't it kind of refreshing once in a while to have someone else make your choices for you?
I think so.
You're not being gay.
You're not gay.
You're not gay. Stop it. You're not being gay right now.
But for games like Pizza Tower, Cursed Halo, and Demon Souls, he is much more relaxed and curious about the games Adum is playing. Something similar could be said for Gaël, but for Shea it feels more like he is an outsider to the gaming thing. Maybe he isn't, I don't know. Whereas Gaël is a professional video gaming coach with an acquainted knowledge of it.
So it's like, it is multiplayer online, but only sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very
Can you invade other people's games?
if you there's like certain items you can just invade other people if you want.
The relaxed approach of Shea, which can also be seen from other guests like Joe and Cat BF, is a case where Adum takes a faster approach to commentating and is given space to shine. Depending on your tastes, a viewer may prefer this dynamic over a Scoot.
Joe, I'm the original
Scoot. Everybody was like, hey, you're the new Scoot. I'm like, no, I was here first.
It's true.
No joke. I used
Correct.
to watch your videos, Scoot, when I was like a teenager.
You groomed my boyfriend.
Wait, for reals?
Yeah.
I groomed your boyfriend!
I groomed your boyfriend. Okay, your weed made him bad. Your weed made him bad.
That was a plan all along.
Wait, you made him stupid.
You made my boyfriend dumb.
Listen.
Cap, we need you to drive soon, so it's gonna be fine.
You're driving.
You're driving.
I can drive.
Yeah, you can
He's
drive.
good. He's good to
He's
go.
good. He's good to go.
And of course, there is a member of the old guard who can't be ignored, Mark. I haven't watched much of the old playthroughs where he was the main co-host, since they don't represent the current state of the YMS stream. Still, assuming they hadn't talked to each other beforehand, his immediate chemistry with Scoot is very impressive. I'd like to imagine that Mark handed the baton to Scoot with every morbid jest told.
Uh-oh, another dog.
Very sharp dog.
Yeah, that one has blade hands.
Disclaimer,
God
Mark
damn
has
it.
never seen a dog.
Fuck.
In weeks past on the streams, there have been streams with Adum and Mark. There have been streams with Adum and Scott. That's me. There maybe some with Adum alone. That seems like a nightmare, but maybe those have happened. But today, we've got, along with Adum, Mark and Scott here. This is like the scene in Heat where Pacino and De Niro finally meet, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And then it's kind of underwhelming, but like still happens. So pretty good.
With precise intent or not, it is through the combined efforts of the entire group, Adum, Scoot, Gaël, LW, Shea, and more, that they have reached the end result of collaborative streaming and the modern streaming scene.
I haven't used the bathroom.
Ever?
I like you guys. You guys are fun. How come Adum doesn't laugh at your jokes? Because I don't think he really cares for me that much.
So with an array of co-hosts and their styles documented, there's a possible case to be made that Adum is not a strong solo streamer and uses the assistance of friends to bolster the stream's overall commentary. And in their absence, Adum has to advance his performance and fill the void left behind, which is incredibly difficult.
Why would I lie about that?
Adum is mean. Hashtag Scoot good boy.
As briefly noted, there is some truth that when a co-host, such as Scoot, isn't able to make it for reasons like visiting his father, the chat room will put up missing person posters looking for him.
Let's find that map. Where's Scoot? Oh yeah, invisibility. Still kissing his father?
Oh yeah.
A viewer on the outside may see that the stream isn't as strong without the full roster present, and that Adum has an unfair advantage over all other streamers because he has the benefit of great friends who can perform as great commentators to accompany the performance and to partially relieve Adum of the burden of running a stream. YMS and POWs have an innate advantage of having more commentators to work with compared to every solo streamer. Considering that almost all streamers are solo, that means YMS has an advantage over the entire industry, the entire scene. And as a person, I'm a person, doing this review, I agree. In my opinion, the stream is the peak of live streaming when a guest is present. That sounds unfavorable to Adum, as I might not be writing this review if Scoot was never a mainstay of the streams.
I got your back, baby. Name a channel is Scoot Plays.
However, there is a corollary to that claim. Adum is the only streamer to have a strength as a collaborator and a weakness as a solo streamer. The only streamer who offsets their solo weakness and benefits from a companion. There is almost no other streamer, in my experience, as I can't catch every group stream, where that concept applies, where a horse and tiger fuse into a cohesive unit that has actually done its homework.
I googled horse and tiger and I got some Chinese astrology shit.
Of course.
On a general level, horse and tiger go together quite well according to their interpretations in Chinese astrology. However, be sure to check how well each partner's individual elements mesh together for a better view of the match. So it works on paper, but do your homework.
Okay, I'm exaggerating just a little bit. Matthew Mitosis, as mentioned, and depending on your viewpoint, may have a better stream with his co-host Mitosis. But there actually is one other popular streamer whose performance works in this way, Lily Pichu when she is paired up with Michael Reeves. Even so, Lily and Michael have not practiced the group stream as thoroughly as Adum and Pals have.
You need to reconcile with Hank. Hank is a good person. Do you want me to play it a little bit?
Sure.
You know, you have to provide commentary. I didn't read it.
You didn't read shit.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Alright, I'm in.
Damn straight. All right, give me back the
No,
controls.
I got it. I got it. Don't worry.
Won't regret this.
Honey,
Ah!
you're blowing it. You're blowing it.
Wait, sir.
I think our relationship got off on the wrong
Oh, you're so cute. Can you see
We
me?
should forget what happened.
And still, even infinitely creative expert streamers like Northernline or Germa cannot say that the weaknesses of their streams are rectified by teamwork. Adum effectively has sole ownership over improving a stream by having a friend on the couch with a microphone. To strategically advance a stream's quality with assistance is a rare treasure, and to uncover such rare treasure is a purposeful effort. You have to, dig it up on the X mark. To fortify your work with a co-host for the goal of improving the quality of your performance, and to set up a stream where all parties involved actually delegate responsibilities and commentate proficiently is practically unheard of, and is something that has to be intentionally done. To intentionally ask your pals what their favorite scene is.
What was your favorite scene?
Adum did not stumble onto a journey where the real treasure was the friends that we made along the way. Adum created a team with the same artistic intent that other great artists like MF Doom and Madlib maintain to compose a piece of work that they are satisfied with releasing. I mean, it's either that or YMS got really lucky with accidentally making a good stream. In the end, working with a co-host is optional as a streamer, and honestly, it's not easy to recommend committing to that format for most. You gain extra voices, but there's a skill in management and teamwork that the format asks for, on top of its disadvantages. Solo streams are easier to improve, more convenient and reliable, since it all depends on a single host, as shown by the overwhelming majority of those who practice them. But even a Trent Reznor has found an Atticus Ross, a Masahiro Ito searching for an Akira Yamaoka. Even a film critic can team up with a Tiger wrestler. Even an Adam Johnston may ride into battle with a Scott Henson.
I'm shy.
Nah. Last time,
Previously
actually,
on YMS Plays.
But this is the end times. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
For every piece of peak art, every masterpiece, there's a director and a team behind it. And every one of them, in the midst of their craft, has to capture lightning with a glass receptacle to make decisions which will leave impressions on observers of art. Films and games are constructed experiences pieced together with the skills of many, learning from a timeline of evolution behind them. Similarly, streams build upon multiple skills and arts, but in contrast, they have a tenuous script and a much smaller lineage to consult. The streamers right now are adding to the groundwork of that lineage as artists of a growing medium. Streaming collaborations are subtly complex and demand a strategy where each member contributes to the health of the stream. Adum, Scoot, Gaël, LW, and Shea might be one of the few ensembles to have performed the collaborative format with a composition that allows a stream to be a stream. Adum concentrates on the playthrough and may work with the designated co-host to progress through the chosen game, while Scoot and others focus on comedically riffing and earnestly talking alongside a close community. That close community eventually becomes the extension of what a collaboration can be, a collaboration with members of the chat room and a stream team, not just the most immediate performers. All of the collaborators are eager improvisers who can push forward any presented idea with transformative comedy and any serious discussion topic Adum engages with. This improvisation is so persistent that there is no serious downtime for the vast majority of almost any YMS playthrough randomly picked. YMS and pals are greater than the sum of their parts, and have formed a stream that can stand up to the greatest in the streaming industry right now by combining their skills and hobbies. And all of that is from the raw passion of friends working together. And that's why I'm giving this stream a 6 out of 6. Yeah, I can't make the joke. Okay, for real, on a scale from Poor Things to The Lighthouse, and as shown by the length of this review, I give this stream a 10 out of 10, and that is without a complimentary brownie. This is a rating for both the overall quality of it and the amount of fun that it provides. Also, this rating specifically applies to YMS Plays, as variety game playthroughs are fortunately a standard that exhibits the skills that nearly every stream genre asks for, and allows Adum and pals to be easily compared to other streamers.
I'm a reaction streamer.
Scott's a very reactionary.
Reaction. I watch things and react to them.
I mean,
That's
we're
what
reacting
I do.
to a video game right now.
I'm a reaction streamer. I think it's more the terminology than the actual thing.
Okay.
This is one of the few streams that deserves a 10 out of 10. Adam and Pals exemplify the ultimate purpose of a stream and manages to achieve that objective as a group through strategic cooperation. I'm just a random dude on the internet, and it's not like my individual rating matters in the broader picture of consensus, but I don't often give out 10s for any form of media. Now, YMS's stream is not perfect, as seen by the possible criticisms that were listed earlier, but to find another stream with relentless substance, you would have to listen to legacy streamers like Northern Lion and Vark Skeletor, or to upcoming creators like Lord Aethelstan, or to hidden gems like Matthew Matosis. But on the other hand, to find a group of streamers who actually work together to provide an experience that can only be found in the stream, yeah, I can't find anything like that. Not anywhere else in the streaming industry, at least. It's not easy to find a stream like Adam's, relatively speaking. This is also where I have to side with YMS on being allowed to rate work that hasn't been completely experienced, because clearly this rating is given without finishing every stream. I am kind of rating specific playthroughs I've seen, but the rating does seek to be representative of the catalog, the YMS Plays catalog, and of course, films are shorter than streams. So hopefully stream reviews can get a little bit more leniency in leaving some experiences unfinished. Maybe I could get some slack on reviewing streams here.
No. Watch all the streams or fuck off.
I don't know why you would comment on something without having seen the whole thing. Like, if you haven't seen every stream, you shouldn't be commenting.
Get out.
Okay, well, why did I even make this then? Okay, well, I think my review counts, personally. Anyway, I'd like to end this review with a known fact about the video game Earthbound, a peak of role-playing games that was ahead of its time. Fuzzy Pickles. When Earthbound was released in 1994, it was poorly received for various reasons that others can explain better than I can. In the last decade, though, it has influenced noteworthy independent video game releases like Undertale, Omori, and Lisa. I'm not going to say the exact same thing will happen to Adam and Pals, but it does make me wonder about the possibilities. Whether future collab streamers will look at Adam and Pals the same way modern day independent developers look at Earthbound. The shape of streams to come may prove this review to be wrong and age poorly, but for now, I believe that Adam and Pals have figured out how to perfect the group stream and have laid down the groundwork which will inspire the tactical formation of future group streamers. This is the live streaming equivalent to a genre-defining, tightly designed piece of art. It's not an experimental endeavor you would find from Germa, but rather an effort that sticks with tradition to refine it and make every moment worthy of a highlight. If you are a growing streamer who collaborates with friends, I encourage you to take notes from the work of Adam and Pals to push your own stream forward. The future, the shape of streams to come is unknown, but we know what the medium is at this very moment. Every artist, director, game developer, and streamer has left something behind, not only to tell stories with rich architecture, but to provide a proof of concept by displaying their designs. It is up to us to take what they've revealed and to transform it with our own perspectives to create something as wonderful as the source. To stand on the shoulders of big cats. Your Movie Sucks, Scoot, Gaël, Shea, and so many others are a distinguished team, a development studio of live stream directors at the peak of live streaming. Thank you. So for the end credits, just pretend that DJ Shadow is playing out this review with a song titled Why Film Sucks in 24. I mean, it doesn't have to be film that sucks. It could be any medium you prefer. Video games, streams, maybe even hip-hop. Although hip-hop is doing pretty well nowadays compared to 96, so maybe not that. Look, this is the end of the review. DJ Shadow is introducing it.
Whoa.
What we were able to do, I think, was pretty special. I think this
I
was
agree.
the only
good
that
playthrough.
The only good playthrough. Show me another good playthrough. You can't.
It's
it
not
doesn't
possible.
Exist.
It does not exist.
Everyone else has played the game wrong.
So Adam and Pals basically do everything right. All members are skilled comedians and actors with insightful discussion and an understanding of excellent art through film criticism. They're outright some of the best streamers out there in the industry right now. It's noticeably difficult for anyone who goes searching to find other collaborative Let's Players or streamers. So Adum and Pals are a group, which is already a rare arrangement, who manage stream viewers and performers successfully and have a comedic style that is effectively unique, synergistic at times, and hard to replicate, which is also evidently rare.
Can you be a male and be a secretary?
Ow.
No, you can't be a secretary, you can't be a stewardess, you can't be a nurse.
You can't be a mother.
You can't be a mother. That was fun for everyone.
What you get is a unique collaboration that fluently functions unlike any other. The argument could actually be made that they have lived up to their influences, such as the super best friends consisting of Liam, Matt, Pat, and Wooly.
Adam, I don't want to be friends anymore.
Okay.
I want to be more than friends.
Their historical predecessors, such as Slow Beef and Diabetes.
Scoot, is diabetes one of your comedy inspirations? Or do you and diabetes have a common ancestor? Like the disease?
Diabetes was part of a riff-style comedy duo from early YouTube that you share similar intonation and comedy style with. Oh, that was me. I forgot I did that.
And their modern day peers, such as Pat Stares At with Peach Saliva and Wooly Versus with Reggie.
Don't get penisy, kid? What's that mean?
I don't know, but I like it.
Oh, don't get cocky.
And obviously Adum is like friends with Peach, so it just adds to it. They care about the listeners, the community, by building bridges and conversations with them, something that most don't truly do. Adum pays editors for highlights to make the streams accessible and makes sure that there's an archive. And Adum has a following, so it's not like he's obscure because he doesn't have an online presence. The foundation of the stream is excellent, and the style's unfounded anywhere else. So why isn't it more popular?
I'm pissed at every streamer right now that I've seen playing this game, even though I'm adding to the pile, but nobody watches my fucking stream anyway, so who cares?
For this review and section, a popular stream starts at an average concurrent viewership of 500 to 1,000 viewers. Adum's streams don't definitively get such viewership cumulatively across all platforms he streams on, being YouTube, Twitch, and Kick combined, although I could be wrong on that. From a quick look, he gets around a few hundred, which is great relative to lesser known streamers, and his highlights and archives get a good amount of views too. But it's not at the same level of other variety streamers like Vinesauce or Jolly Wankor. This sequence would be prefaced by saying that this is just a series of thoughts and assumptions exploring the possibilities as to why few viewers log on to Adum's stream. These are not absolute reasons why Adum and Pals is obscure. Adum has been in the film review and streaming game way longer than I've been, and knows more about the 12 principles of streaming than I do. So the first possible reason for the stream's obscurity is that streamed playthroughs are saturated. A lot of popular content creators who aren't primarily gamers like Curtis Connor are doing it. It's like there are more escape artists than wanted. Pick a card, any card. But there are too many magicians asking that question. Video game playthroughs on the surface aren't exciting when they're plentiful. And even if you enjoy video game playthroughs by online personalities who don't do anything mainly game focused, one might prefer the pre-recorded format of a Let's Play, maybe even with editing. Others might not want to stream with a group and only a single person. Scoot shows up often on the YMS stream, and there might be viewers who are only there for Adum alone. In this case, they would only watch the non-gaming content, which basically only has Adum as a host. As made evident by Adum's main channel, he isn't a video game related channel. It's probable that film fans aren't interested in video game content, whereas video game video essayists have an easier time bringing their audience of video game fans to their video game streams.
Olivia, the answer is because my content is relatively apolitical, and most people that watch my film review channel are not people that watch all my Twitch streams. And
there's a slightly more uncommon possibility that a YMS main channel viewer doesn't know that the gameplay channels exist at all. This is uncommon since there's often a plug for the YMS Plays channel after specific main channel videos, and all you have to do is scroll down the main page of YMS's channel and you see a playlist for it. The old Adum Plays name wouldn't make the channel significantly harder to access, but the new name is definitely clearer on purpose.
I went from Adum Plays to just YMS, which I very much like, and I think is a better branding. It's easier, it's 3 letters, the URL, you don't have to type as much. Adum Plays, you know, it was a cute, fun name, but after a while I realized people just didn't understand that it was like a pun, and they're like, oh, your name is spelled A-D-U-M?
I love that some people thought you spelled Adam different than any other
and then if I
human
say
ever.
it out loud, it doesn't tell people how to put in the URL
Correct.
unless I spell the whole thing. So I think YMS is much better because the spelling is the name.
Some may dislike the games Adam picks, but there are playthroughs of well-known games within various genres, so there should be at least one thing for everyone.
My stream, like the gaming channel, would probably take off if I played a bunch of games I didn't want to play.
Yeah, but would you
Which is
feel
what
good?
people
No.
with successful gaming channels do.
But, as stated in this clip, a lot of games picked for fun aren't always well-known or trendy. The audio is not the cleanest and can distort when the voices are raised, but that doesn't stop the most popular. Seriously, some very popular streamers have audio problems. In the case of this clip, Adam's voice is raised for the purpose of performance.
I do like how they recreated that scream.
Yeah.
Side note, more guests usually means more audio problems. That's actually one of the major, yet understated downsides of having more guests on stream.
Like your distance between your mouth and your microphone is never consistent. Now you're talking away from it, then you're directly into it. This is why I have so many fucking issues trying to set up your levels, is because you're never consistent.
It sounds like LW Computer has 2 mics and Discord is using the bad one. Well, I asked him before he started the stream if the mic that I got him was the only one connected to the computer, and he said yes, so...
But I mean, I can try the headset. 'Cause it's an Apple headset, so it might have the mic in it kind of thing.
You have an Apple headset on?
Oh boy.
With the mic? That's probably exactly what's happening.
Oh boy.
I thought I LW proofed this whole thing. I swore I did.
There might be too much belching, but that doesn't entirely stop the listeners of someone like avoiding the puddle.
Excuse me.
However, the argument could be made that Scoot and Adam burp way more than Adam does. I mean, it's 2 against 1, so yeah.
Gesundheit.
It's time for the noises portion of the evening.
To quote a commenter on burping, YMS Plays is where they are edited out. Your mileage may vary, that's all I'm going to say. Maybe Adam and Scoot have a style that is too offensive or not broadly accessible. As mentioned, some may not enjoy the style of other Let's Players or streamers. Even Adam's parents may not like the stream.
Earlier, my dad was like, can I come watch while you stream? I just want to watch you work. I'm like, with mom?
With mom?
And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. There's some pretty edgy jokes.
Some pretty edgy
He's probably just going to be offended. He's like, okay,
Brian!
I'll take your word.
A film parallel that comes to mind is how Tarkovsky often evokes a dreamlike atmosphere using slow pacing. A slow pace that tests the patience of a select viewer demographic. The atmosphere for the stream is dark. You know, it's dark comedy, cold as a soldier stare, although it could be called black, which would make an eagle, perched on a folding chair, snap right back. And listening to a sarcastic cat asks the audience what kind of humor are they comfortable with laughing at, or what the limits are for this balancing act until there is a truth said in jest, when the jokes cracked are fact, and it becomes a sincere reflection of the comedian where the craft isn't a mask. Some dark jokes go too far, to the point where Adam and Scoot have to walk them back on the track.
Too far.
Oh, I should have
People get banned for that kind of shit.
Really?
Don't say that, yeah.
So close.
As long as you say satire, just make sure you say satire. Everybody knows it's satire. That's too far.
Guys, it's satire.
I'm gay, Twitch. Don't ban me. Help.
Help. Oh, can I go back in time and not say that? God, I wish I hadn't said that.
That's why Scoot has reflective eyes adapted to nocturnal lighting. The name of the channel is Scoot Plays.
Change the channel name. Guys, don't change the channel name. It can still be Adam Plays. We're all friends here.
This leads to the case where YMS Plays is not broadly appealing, and to occasions where listeners mention that they don't entirely enjoy the comedic style of Adam and Scoot. It's definitely darker than, well, probably everyone else's. And yes, it's consistently darker than some of the political and drama streamers out there.
Amazing.
There are other streamers with great confrontational comedy. Avoiding the Puddle actually fits here. He regularly gets lots of viewers.
I've seen a lot of shit, but flush this.
Hey, how about I flush you? Eat a dick, bitch. This game is more creative than anything you're gonna do.
Northernline is also very spicy with his constant banter philosophy, but he knows how to hide the heat, the feeling of confrontation. Even with the slew of critical beatdowns to Type A chatters, he gets a lot of viewers.
Sisyphus didn't exist? You don't exist. See? Probably hurts. It's damn true. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers.
Even with such peers of spicy commentary, The sense of humor for Adum and Pals is probably the most prominent case where an outside listener can be repelled.
Scoot is palatable occasionally. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I really didn't like Scoot at first, and then I realized he was joking. That's the plan.
Which transitions to the next point. Do viewers feel that there is a lack of noteworthy comedy? Well, it could be argued that the YMS and Pals comedy style is unique simply because no one else commits to dark comedy.
I'm feeling edgy.
Scoot, as the main pal of the stream, let's be honest, is as good as the best in the entire streaming industry, and is one of the most evident parts of the stream. That cat is everywhere. There's little chance a new listener leaves without being served an unexpectedly dry quip with a side of discrimination. When you enter Jimmy's house, you're going to get some gourmet coffee. It is on that note that a viewer will also take away at least one memorable idea from a highlight, if not a stream.
Have I ever killed someone? That's not something I'm comfortable answering on stream. Yes, but I'd like to see you prove it.
YMS has also been performing gaming content for a long time, which could result in the novelty of his streams wearing off and in listeners becoming too familiar with the comedic style of Scoot. Although he has a style that is familiar, it's never stuck in place, and it always finds a way to gradually adapt to the playthrough or creatively refresh itself, resulting in a familiar arsenal that adapts to new situations.
Your name is Birdie because you scare birdies? So what's my name? Women?
Who knows? Maybe I might be able to stream something while I'm gone, like some Jackbox.
I got a box you can jack, fella.
All right.
All right.
On that note.
I think it was when I called him fella.
Yeah.
So much.
There's ball bearings that are being...
I've got some balls you can bear.
All right. Settle down.
This next one is a long shot. Maybe your average viewer would like more analysis and spoken commentary, especially by a film reviewer. Adum doesn't analyze games all the time, but he does do it on occasion, and he does it more than mainstream streamers.
They're being so manipulative about how awesome this dog is that it's definitely going to die.
They're going to kill
Like, even if you didn't select the option to pet the dog, there was one in a flashback.
They're
like,
going
oh,
to
he loves you.
kill the shit out of this dog.
The overall comedy makes up for the possible lack of it anyway, so it's unlikely that viewers want more analytical commentary. Otherwise, you'd have a bunch of Germa viewers asking for more analysis on a comedian's stream, which happens anyway, but you're not really there for the analysis, right? In contrast, constant criticism of various media may not be for everyone. Often Adum plays games he knows are badly designed and written.
There's a thing I can be doing. There's a new game. It's short. It's something I can like beat in a day. It looks stupid. I can make content out of it. So that just seemed like the ideal thing. I'm only playing it because it's David Cage and I can make fun of it. Honestly, it's not great.
Sometimes his way of picking apart games is a good thing in the long term for developers to improve. After finishing The Last of Us Part 2, he shares thoughts on making experimental games.
You want to make an experimental game. Do that? Great. I support that. Don't do it to a sequel in the franchise. Start a new IP or something.
For the Nor game Backbone, Adum gives feedback to one of the game developers in chat.
Oh, the director is in the chat.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Please shit on it and make suggestions. Okay, well, my biggest suggestion would be it felt empty audio-wise for...
In the middle, there are games like Condemned 2, Viewfinder, and Spider-Man 2, where Adum is upfront with his criticism.
What a wasted concept.
I think I
It's
nailed
not
it.
bad. Like, I love the concept, and I love how it works mechanically, but, like, holy shit, like, this could have been so much more. If they make a...
In Resident Evil Village, there is the question of immersion proposed by viewers, which pops up by the second half of the playthrough.
I don't see what this did different than any other game. It did a lot of derivative things, but worse.
And there are widely praised games YMS has played with adverse responses, like Hi-Fi Rush, or lukewarm responses, like Outer Wilds.
Apparently this is a 9 Inch Nails song in non-streamer mode.
What?
Yes. Trent Reznor was the tipping point.
In a similar sense, Adum rages at games sometimes, which could put some people off. Others may say that Adum doesn't follow some games closely enough, and that his criticisms are due to that lack of attention.
There's many people who watch me play games and get mad.
An expert elite gamer like Adum, what he does is he refuses to learn any of the basic mechanics for an extra challenge.
Yep.
10 hours later. Oh, okay, we figured out how to talk about it.
Oh, that's punch.
You know what's also really funny? As a counter argument to people saying I'm playing the game wrong, I get an S rank like every delivery.
That's not a good counter argument.
And Adum does have games he really enjoys, like The Talos Principle 2, The Witness, Pizza Tower, Halo, Mass Effect, and Soma.
This is like probably my favorite game of the year.
Pizza Tower, that was fucking awesome. I'm enjoying this a lot. I love this shit.
Joseph Anderson is a streaming personality who isn't confrontational with humor, but rather with game criticism for specific games. Although he does banter with chat a lot.
Thoughts? I don't like it. Sorry. I can see why you think I would like it. No, I don't, because I don't like... I really like working out routes and...
You know who else is number one?
Because, like, I don't play games often, but I feel like every single time I play a game, I'm breaking it.
I don't play games often, but when I do, I play them gay.
The reasonably high viewership of a video game critic like Joseph, alongside the previously cited Eris and Northern Lion, is proof that going against the grain on certain video games isn't a major reason why viewers would prefer to watch someone else. By the way, if you're interested in Adam's playthroughs because he breaks games, Joseph does the same thing too. Word on the essays is Joe will release the Witcher 3 video when Adam releases The Lion King Part 2 and Synecdoche Part 6. I expect this to be one of the more controversial parts of the stream, so I'll give my personal perspective. I listen to YMS streams for the comedic riffing or random discussion, which I would argue is actively practiced and advanced in comparison to the game criticism, so I don't expect Matthew Matos's tier criticism from the stream. As previously stated, viewers tune into Germa's stuff to witness a comedian and his rants, not skilled gameplay. On a related note, Adam's gameplay doesn't carry the core essence of the stream's quality, and instances of his whack gaming skills should not affect the other primary parts of the stream. I mean, I'm not going to take the stream gameplay 100% seriously when you have a dude in the background constantly towing the ambiguous line between edgy humor and the possibility of someone taking that humor earnestly.
Are we seriously critiquing a Catwoman game? What the fuck? Yeah, this is serious game critique. This is what you came for. This isn't just a playthrough, fuck it, suck it, and we're done.
No,
we're getting deep into it.
I've got a notepad next to me.
He's got a clipboard. He's got charts. He's got graphs. Adam brought in an actual cat, me, to give colored commentary, if you will.
Yeah. All right.
I found the emails for all the devs. I'm gonna let them know how they could have improved the game. Yeah, it's definitely a serious critique / commentary.
Adam's criticisms of games can be overwhelmingly negative overall, like certain Steam reviews. But there are glimpses where those criticisms are made to genuinely improve the expression of those games, or where those criticisms are transformed into praise. It is definitely possible that a few viewers here and there dislike the vibe of the stream, but not fully likely that a large group of viewers are turned away because of constant negativity, especially since other game critics can stream with high viewership. It may be the case that some don't want real-world events and use streams for escapism. Adam and Pals often talk about real-world events.
You know, every major world event that we've experienced in the past few years has been kind of like a weird eye-opening experience where I'm like, I learned that some people just have the worst opinions that things that I never would have expected were a debate.
In contrast, Germa has his stream set up as an escape from the chaos of the outside world.
I'm playing Pikmin 2. Does anybody actually give a shit about where I might lean politically? Anybody even care?
In comparison, some streamers, like Joseph Anderson, discuss serious subjects regularly with good viewership.
Two things to discuss. One is fairly serious. The other one is me bitching about something. Let's get the first thing out of the way because it'll make people salty and leave maybe.
Conversely, a viewer wouldn't say there's no discussion. Adam is one of the few variety game streamers to get political or at least in-depth on random topics.
Sorry for coming off a psychotic.
No, it's okay. I'm not trying to roast you. I'm just like, I like thinking about these types of moral philosophy subjects, and I like sort of breaking down what people think. And what you're saying doesn't make sense to me, and I'm just trying to explore that. So to restrict access to a smartphone.
The schedule may be a minuscule case of inconvenience. Adam's gaming streams are Sunday only, but I don't really think most have a problem with catching a single stream a week, since streamers like Northern Lion do them daily for more hours per week in total. Otherwise, it's easy to catch the archive.
Game streams every Sunday, and then editing streams every day between Sunday and Sunday.
For outsiders, the memes can be esoteric. You'd have to watch the Cool Cat review to understand where the text-to-speech notification originates from. There he is. But on the other hand, almost every streamer has esoteric memes. That includes growing streamers, so that can't be a huge barrier for outside access. So I've narrowed down the reasons for why Adam is an indie gem of streaming to two absolute, undeniable factors. Adam and Pals are not VTubers with cute anime avatars, and They're furries. Yeah, I think that's why no one watches Adum. Alright, case solved. Okay, but for real, if I had to guess, furry culture is also not something with broad appeal in comparison to anime culture. With all of these random reasons laid out, the ultimate reason why Adum and Pals are probably difficult for most people to watch is because all of them are unfiltered personalities with humor and dialogue, not suitable for not only your family, but even your friends.
Is there any reference that Scoot could make that would get him kicked out of the room? I don't know, let's find out.
Tons.
However, there is an audience who still enjoys listening to Adum and Pals on the main YMS channel, which might also mean that film enthusiasts aren't as enthusiastic about game highlights. In the end, the ideas presented here are ultimately inferences.
Had no oxygen and they fucking died on a day.
Oh, someone's definitely like choked to death on a blowjob for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was someone's defense.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that?
What?
The guy that was like, I didn't kill my wife, it was my penis. And in defense, he showed how big his dick was in court. And that was
This
his
is a
defense.
murder
He
dick, Your
literally
Honor.
showed his penis in court. It was like, yo, this is how big my dick is. Yes, she died this way. She suffocated. And then I
Which is funny
believe
because
I
the
believe
whole
he
thing was
walked
actually
free.
a long con. Well,
Free.
he had a bet with his friend going, saying, "Hey, I bet you, I bet you I can legally show my dick in court."
Yeah, right. He had to show his dick, right?
Am I
And it was
stuck?
huge.
You already said it. Say it again. Say it again. I can't read everything while I'm playing a game. Please say it again.
Yeah, I might.
I haven't read
that.
anything. That's why I don't read chat.
Yeah.
I don't read chat because I can't.
I can't.
Thanks.
I mean, you don't have to answer any of them. You
I
just
feel
tell them
bad.
to fuck
I feel
off,
bad
which is what I
ignoring
do
them.
after a while.
I feel bad ignoring them.
Oh, don't get caught in that trap.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not ignoring the chat. I'm just not reading everything. Come on.
That's a bitch.
Are they even reading chat? We're reading every chat. I've read
single
every chat. It's boring. Everything that you're saying has already been said. I've read every chat.
I feel like you could take all of the words that Adam is saying right now and put them in a song as like, it could be lyrics to a really sick punk rock song. Don't do this to me now. Get away. Stop touching me.
Yeah.
All right.
You could probably get pretty death gripsy with it. Actually.
That's a good point.
That's why I listen to them. They write how I
They
feel.
remind you of you screaming.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Hothead. Blah 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 blah. Hothead. I never knew how enjoyable having a homeless man yell into my ear could be after hearing death grips for the first time.
Pretty much. That's death grips.
But somehow it works.
Just schizophrenia through audio form. Really casually, and you remembered.
No, I got
Simmy and Jimmy.
No, I got tagged in it.
Oh, you got tagged in
If
it.
you tag me in it, I remember it.
Okay.
Also,
ASAP.
I also remember everything you tell me. Inverted arrow, that's super cute that you think I remember a reference from the Death Stranding stream, or last week, or today. Any reference you make, please include dates and citations, because I will not know what you're talking about. Well, I have zero recollection of anything I say on podcasts or streams. How are you not a hyena, by the way?
Yeah, it's just too obvious. It's
fair. That's
it's
fair.
way too obvious.
Might be able to get a little closer. I lied.
You fucked him. You totally fucked him. You bastard.
I did it on purpose.
That'd be an LW thing.
couldn't
I don't.
stand
I'm not
his
sure
success.
I believe you. If LW said it, then he'd start cackling immediately after.
Oh, that's a good LW.
Absolute hyena. I mean, that's why you need to play on one difficulty lower when LW's there, because he raises it one.
That is true. Playing with LW is a difficulty level of its own.
Yeah, you always play on easy with LW, because it acts like hard.
Rats. We are all the rats.
It's Mads Mikkelsen fucking doing the shit.
I
So
love Mads. I'm Mads for Mads.
Oh my god.
Come on, hurry
From
up.
where do you know Adam, LW? And is there a more elegant answer than just furry shit?
No. Yeah. I showed up in Vancouver, and a buddy happened to be staying at his place that I got sushi with, and we jammed out and played music. So I was driving around with my guitar at the time. That was the first time I came to hang out. That was way before I moved out here too. Kind of furry
Getting
shit, but
there.
I wasn't out here for a convention or anything. I was just traveling.
Just being
like I
a
used to
furry.
do
Yeah,
before the
just-
COVID.
Just generally being furry, not something furry specific.
Right. Before the COVID.
Before the in the before times.
In the before times, yeah.
Have you heard of giant tiger?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the thing that's in the mirror when I look in it?
Oh.
Yes, in that case I have. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I say, oh, there's a monster there.
I'm just trying to get.
Can you shoot a brick with the crossbow? How about shooting my face with your jizz? Look, it is too early for that sort of talk, chat. That's after dark, chat. It is the early afternoon for us. I don't know about what sort of backwards time zone y'all are in, but it's the early afternoon. We both just got up. We are not ready for things to get blue. So let's keep it cool
Or white.
for a few hours. Or no, we can get white. We can get white. That's fine.
Yellow?
In fact, we can only get white. No, I'll say that for Coldplay, thank you.
I'm a waterbender.
He's
Oh my
evolved.
god. Why don't I use this power against the infected?
Waterbender, who are you? Katara? Who are you? Sokka? Who are you? A third waterbender? Did Aaron earn an iron urn?
Earn.
Imagine an imaginary
Yeah, that's what
menagerie
I said.
manager managing an imaginary menagerie.
What?
Imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie.
Nice.
It's one of my favorites.
Now, if you say that I was a cat boy, you would agree.
You would agree. No, if I
Did
said it was
charge my
adorable.
pants?
No, if
Charge
I
my-
said sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you. No, if I said it was an adorable cat boy, you would agree.
Did you know that over 60% of American house cats are obese? Yeah, I'll repeat that. Over 60% of American house cats are obese.
I don't understand
Which is
why the last round would
which
be the
is-
easiest, but go on.
Terrible news. Unless you like fat pussy.
Chunk puss.
Chunk puss. If you ever interrupt my punchline again, I will kill you.
I'm so sorry. I was playing a video game.
Yeah, that's not what we're here for.
It worked. It still worked. It wasn't ruined.
I don't watch these streams often to Scoot criticize all of his fans' grammar. No. Just when someone asks me a weird esoteric thing that they know I don't know, and end it with any tips, and then I give tips on what I can give tips on, which are your trash spelling and grammar.
KRS in the chat with a should have, mocking someone. What happened?
Yeah. He got called on it, and now he's doubling down.
That's not proper.
Gators only appear with flowers on. Gators only appear with flowers onto of the water. You know what? Someone else say something.
Yeah.
You're fired.
kind of over that.
Scoot, who's worse at grammar, me or Sonics? Given that you just correctly used who's and worse, I think you have your answer right there. Sonics would have written WHOSE and probably said who's worst.
Scoot, did Smarch Madness. You know that, like, even English not being your first language, that must not sound right to you, right? Did Smarch Madness? Anyway, grammar aside, I did Smarch Madness. It is... yes, 9/11 Ken. This is the
Every frame a
infamous
second game.
Every frame a second game.
Just it now.
1 FPS.
I don't think Gaël has ever seen
not.
a single frame of any of the Silent Hill games.
No, that's not
A
exactly
single
true. I have
frame.
seen many frames of
Is
Silent
every
Hill
frame a
games.
painting?
No.
I see.
Okay.
But classic reference.
Did you see 97 frames of A Chronology of Chance?
No.
What do you think about that?
That sounds like a slightly more obscure reference.
It is.
Okay.
Feels like every frame has blood in it.
Every frame a bloody mess.
Like, I have yet to see a frame in this.
Got some Disco Boy coat check. I'm about to fight a Disco Man. Yeah, we
You
are.
have to fight a disco man.
Date Disco. Okay.
Disco?
I don't know.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna see if KK Disco was my favorite song.
What damn disease? I was singing. Chat, what damn disease did she die from?
This whole town is a special place.
Atheism.
Disco fever?
Oh, they didn't specify. Disco! Yes! Billion
Will
shit.
you marry me, Disco fever?
Scoot, how do you respond to the disturbing allegations that you're actually not baby?
Listen, a lot of people are going to be coming out here and telling you that I'm not baby, but I have to maintain my stance from the very beginning that I am baby.
Back to you, Tom.
The
comment.
senator is not fielding any more questions at this time.
Scoot's a baby, over?
Loud and clear. 10-4, buddy. I'm a baby. Have a weird thing about Scoot where I used to find him annoying. Then I imagined a world without Scoot and became very sad. I love Scoot.
Shit.
Oh, sorry. I was reading the chat.
I thought it was July.
Yeah, that's my birthday. What do you not fucking get? July 13th is my birthday.
Oh, okay.
And then most other Sundays are also kind of my birthday.
And I'll catch you guys on Sunday, I guess.
I won't be here, so don't be too sad.
Well, I'll catch
But you can be a little sad. Tell Adam how sad you are.
All right. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.